Hey everyone! There you go.
No!
I can't believe this worked. This is very lucky. It's been down. Twitch has been down, but now it's got back up again.
Now we are here.
Baby.
Never gonna keep
Welcome
Twitch
to
down.
Wicked Game, guys. We honestly didn't want. We were right on the cusp of just recording something and not going live and then posting it later. But we're really pleased to be able to do it live. I hope that everything looks and sounds fab for you.
Yeah, please let us know, because Nikki is here with us this week, but he's not here, so I'm still running the stream. So
I'm here in spirit.
He's here,
by
but
that
Michelle
I'm
can't.
a Star Wars Force.
Michelle can't touch him.
No.
He is many miles away, in a secret location.
yeah.
Not that secret.
It's really not. It's all been all over my social. I just to get it out of the way, because I appreciate you guys saying about sound stuff. I have an echo. My hotel room has hard floor. There's nothing soft. My bed is barely even soft, so there is an echo, and I apologize.
You hear that? Nothing soft.
Yes, this is the energy we're coming today with. My name's Lydia, and I'm going to be your dungeon master for this evening. And here to play some D&D 5e are these fools. We've got Nikki, Michelle, Tom plays Sunny, Agatha, and Hiraeth, respectively. This is episode 20 of this campaign. But if you are new here, we've got about like a minute of announcements, and then I'll get you caught up so that things kind of make as much sense as they are meant to make sense. And so basically, hello to new and old viewers, and a big shout out to our YouTube crew, whomst we love.
Yeah, we do.
And yeah, and also, as always, hello to our mods who continue to be the backbone of this teeny weeny little community of ours. Thank you so much.
Dotty streamy.
Yeah, I was about to do exactly that, and I refrained, and it made me angry that you did it. And refrained.
I'm in such a mood. I'm just not going to refrain from anything today.
Good.
Do it. Thank you for holding the fort down. You're always holding the fort down. We love it. You know, you'll see them. They're the ones with the swords next to their names. They're in chat. Quickly, we sadly there was no space at the table from some other heroes, which is a real shame. But we do always like to recommend, if you like D&D, if you like actual play, if Some of the heroes, the Twitch channel, do incredible stuff. So if you don't already know about them, go take a look. They're also on YouTube. If you're one of our YouTube people, they've got a YouTube. Go and have a look at their campaign. It's really fun. Also, Dice and a Slice release their season 2 of their campaign with our dearest Tom. And that comes out every other week. I don't remember the day.
It changes.
Yeah.
It changes.
Usually a Monday. But
As is their absolute right.
Yes.
Follow on social.
It's go take a look. We think they're fab. We support them in every way. Not in every way. Most ways. All the ways that matter.
Move on.
I hope
Move on.
On Monday, why don't you I'm suddenly so bossy. Why don't you go to our YouTube page and have a look at a session that we have pre-recorded with the incredible Dice of You Meet in a Tavern, You Die in a Dungeon. So just to be clear, the game is not out. The game is about to go through Kickstarter, and you can
Monday.
You can register your interest right now. But the Kickstarter is going to go live next week, and this is going to be mega. I really we enjoyed playing so much. It's so much fun. So take a look at the wild shenanigans that we got up to. I would love to say some like little tidbits, but I know that I would start like teasing something, and I just tell the whole thing of what we did because it seems still really fresh in my mind.
My cheeks hurt for 2 days from laughing.
Yeah, we laughed a lot.
Yeah.
We did the stupid in a major way.
Yeah, we
and
did.
you know, I don't often get to play, and I got to play, and I think everybody's learned their lesson.
Yeah.
It's the Kickstarter's going to launch on the Monday. Ursula has been very, very good to us.
Yeah.
Since before when we first started, and we were doing all those little games, and Ursula was one of the people that helped me make Your 100 Goblins and Scramble Wizards. So like there are hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of content that we have made and hours of fun that we have had. Thanks to them. They're a genuinely wonderful person, incredibly supportive. They're so good in the community, and it would mean the absolute world to me, and I know everyone here, and definitely us guys, if you can, and if you're so inclined, to back that Kickstarter and pre-register ahead of time.
Yeah.
They're like 265, 270 pre-registrants, and if they get to 300, they're going to drop the campaign video early.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. They also turned up to the game wearing Frodo.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you any of my Frodo crew out there, you better go. That's a fellow Frodo. That's a crew.
They came with Frodo energy.
Yeah.
We all responded and kind of used that as a catalyst and just took that Frodo energy all the way through.
Yeah.
So, with all of that being said,
holy shit, that was only a minute.
1 minute. Previously on the Divisia Sensus, on a group outing to the petting zoo, the students, our students, and their plus ones, and their plus ones plus ones, and their plus ones plus ones plus one, discovered 2 things. That the petting zoo's special exhibit was a pair of myconids, a kind of mushroom people that are sentient and probably shouldn't be being kept in a glass cage for their entire lives. And 2, that an arm was found in the pig pen. They have decided to break into the petting zoo in the dead of night and see what they can investigate, cause trouble, let all the animals out. How many baby owlbears will Nevma leave with?
There's only one, right?
So with that...
Oh, it's a SeaWorld thing. The baby owlbear is Shamu.
Well, I think all the animals are Shamu.
Are we all Shamu?
We've all got a bit of Shamu. Michelle, roll the thing.
nunchucks.
In the heart of Mar Idia, looking over the glittering city of Solarair, is the world's finest centre of learning, the Divisia Sensus. For centuries, this school has hosted the rich and influential and the greatest minds to have ever lived. Geniuses, leaders, holy figures, and legendary adventurers all had their start here. Though the school is built on old foundations, you won't find more advanced facilities for the arcane, alchemical, artistic, or academic, all behind powerful wards. The Divisia Sensus has the finest and most comfortable sanatorium in the known world. We pride ourselves on the care we give to those whose encounter with magic ended with a broken mind. Each year, we instruct students from far and wide in their chosen subjects and the rigours of life at the pinnacle of their field. There is no greater, safer, or more prestigious environment in which to receive an education. Lady Sophronia Apissimos, High Master of Divisia Sensus, welcomes you.
And we're back.
We're back. So, I think the music might be quite loud, so I'm just going to quickly do that because that's not the usual level that we have at. Immediate cut, because where we left was everybody crowding round a table in the Apennine, poring over maps and information and talking animatedly about plans and scrapping plans and remaking plans and working out whose strengths and weaknesses were where. But there were two people who were not in the Apennine. It is late night in Jingle, the school library, and the Sunny and Kai have been researching very, very well myconids. They feel like they know everything about this species of people now, and they are handing the books back and de-jingling their sash, because when you are in the library, each little book has a token on a hook that goes into the book. You take it off the book, you put it on your sash, and that's the way that everybody knows who's got what book. And so you are de-jingling your sash and giving them back.
From a book, reading jingle.
To Master Vodinos, who is always has one or two flying moles fluttering next to him. Fluttering's not the right word, like hovering next to him.
If you think that mole was there before, you better get it checked out.
Very, very droll.
You know.
Well, it's late, and I would like to hand over to the night staff and make my way home. So if you are all done, let us move on. And as you're kind of walking out, Kai says, well, thank you for doing that. Feels like you probably would have preferred to have been in the action. This is like more my kind of thing, but I'm really grateful. This was a nice opportunity. We haven't actually spoken that much of late, but this was nice. Yeah,
it was good. You know your way around a book.
Yes, I do love those books. Right. Well, Hiraeth said that they were going to do something after Ags gets off work, and I assume that you're going to go and do that. And I'm definitely going to go, even though Hiraeth didn't say to go, because
amazing. Because I'm going to be honest, I thought you weren't coming, so I was going to literally run full sprint the moment this conversation ended. So let's go that way. Yes.
Oh, you want to go into a little jog? Let's do that. And he definitely kind of runs on the balls of his feet. he's He's a very light.
Why would he do that?
He's trying to be quiet. It's midnight in the school. He's trying to like
quiet on the balls of his feet.
He's not like running on the absolute. It's a tippy toes, but he's just.
I thought balls meant heel, and I got.
no, that's the opposite. That's the opposite. Yeah. That would be very heavy-footed and loud.
All of a sudden, makes so much more sense.
Yeah,
you honestly can't tell me that he runs any other way than on point. With his very like wide, loose, silky trousers, just like fluttering. Poor Kai, he's so cool, and we make him like such a dork. I say, wait.
As they're talking about running, Sonny just slides his sandals off it.
While we're actually running away from things, if this is going to be a night mission, do you want to wear something that is do you have sort of blacks, or do you have something that you use for stealth missions? I don't know what the plan is, but your robes are very bright.
Yeah, I have actually. I don't think I own a pair of black clothes, and also I've never worn a pair of black clothes in my life.
I've got a black cloak if you want it. We could go via the cloister, and you could have a black cloak. I think it might help.
It's because I'm orange.
Well, it's not so much.
I do mean that. I just mean it's noticeable, isn't it? You know.
It's more that your shirt is quite bright and your shorts are quite bright. But
I know my shorts were dark green, but you know.
Well.
Oh my God, I'm colorblind. Everything I'm wearing is bright red.
This is an exciting moment to discover this. Look, it's not going to take us any longer. You could just
absolutely,
because I think it'd be a good idea if I had one as well. So I'll just give you my spare cloak, and you go via the. I just realised I've still got this in. How stupid. He gives you a velvet, because I know it's your favourite, black hooded cloak with a clasp. And
it's like the fucking hobbits getting the elven cloaks, like it's just fucking like big on me.
Very ornate. The clasp is like literally the size of your hand as well.
It's like a giant like belt buckle from like a pilgrim's hat.
I imagine as well, because of the texture of the cloak, I just am imagining Sonny's ears going flat like a cat's when it goes like over his shoulders. Like,
he has to put the hood up on the top of his horn, so like draped.
Very good.
It's the really, really like thick, chunky metal Batman belts that were popular in the sort of late noughties.
I had one of those, and the amount of like times it used to dig into my abdomen was horrible. Yeah, and then they do run. They do run.
Yes, wonderful. And you sprint off through the city.
Dice.
As always, forgot to put my dice out.
I have my dice that I took up Mount Olympus.
Hell yeah.
Fucking hashtag blessed.
Never rolled a d20 ever again.
Was that nat 1?
That's hubris. Oh, it's nat 20.
Was that nat 20? Oh. It's only nat 20s now.
Let's go. There's the die dash maybe as well. Fucking let's go. I didn't even need to roll. I just
Can you please describe to me the manner in which you are running through the city? Is your first
Naruto run?
Thought, is your first thought speed, or is your first thought stealth, or is your first thought keep an eye out, or is your first thought velvet?
Horrible. Sonny has a speed initially, but when they get into the city, it's speed, but also can he see any of his compatriots? Because he's.
Oh yeah, you might miss them. All right, please roll for me a perception check.
Can I use that?
You may not. It is wasted.
Question was a 15 on the dice. Are we doing the obligatory -5 or?
That was just special. That was a special time,
Special.
and it's gone now. It's moved on.
So it's a 15 on the dice plus. I think I'm pretty good at perception. Yeah, plus 5. There you go. 20. Dirty 20.
This is extremely chaotic, but that's what happens when you leave it up to the dice. As you are running, you have this moment where Kai is to your side. You are also running, and you look and you just see silhouetted on the top of a building the form of a small figure, and
Holding an arm.
a small figure who seems to be looking right at you as you're running past it. You're kind of getting eye contact as you pass, and then there is that moment of held looking, and you wave, and you what was it? What did you say it was? It was 20. It was dirty 20. You see ears like this, and they're gone.
So it's like this, like a teddy bear.
Like a cat.
She didn't do this. She went.
Yes, I did this.
Oh.
Point. I did this.
Your hand went off camera, did you?
Yeah,
Oh,
to be
I'm so
fair,
sorry.
We missed the point from the camera.
I was like, "There's a teddy bear boy."
Absolutely adorable. No, this one is a cat boy, and they are gone. But you have seen cat boy.
That's the worst I am the night ever. I'm sorry.
You have seen cat boy.
And you let's because you are approaching the Apennine, and as you go through the doors, I'm going to say this, as soon as you kind of go through the doors, Ags, you've been probably, you can tell me that you haven't if you wish, but you have probably been waiting for them so that you can lock that behind them, because this is now way past closing time, and that like a front gate to the street has been open so that they can kind of come in easily. So you've been keeping an eye out for movement, and then you lock it behind them and bring it in to the warmth and the like low light. You've left a couple of candles burning, but most of the other lights are now kind of extinguished, and you are all, there's quite a few of you. It is Bing Bong, Pluto, Agatha, Nevma, Hiraeth, Hazes, Sunny, and Kai, all round a table with papers and information and the map that you guys got from the petting zoo earlier on in the day out on the table. Wow. Well, everybody's here. What's the plan? What have we come up with?
Right. Are you ready? Okay. Okay, let me go over this again. And I'll bring up the map. And right, okay. Here's what's happening. Okay. So we've got lookout team and we've got stealth team. Okay. Lookout team, Hiraeth, Hazes, Sunny, and Kai. You're on lookout. Like, if anyone comes into the petting zoo, if you can like just distract them, warn us, whatever. Me and Bing Bong are going to be one team, and Pluto and Nevma are going to be another team. If you can see these buildings here, like there's a building behind the pigs. Me and Bing Bong are going to try there first, while Nevma and Pluto go to the one behind the hay enclosure, and then if we can't find anything there, we're going to reconvene down behind the grain enclosure. The plan is I'll have Mr. Fay maybe to stealth ahead while Bing Bong casts invisibility on me and herself. This is a get in, get information, get out. We don't really want to fight, if possible. it's information we're after. Any questions?
Will you, sorry, just to catch up, you are going to break into the zoo
Mm-hmm.
and then subsequently break into these buildings in order to get physical evidence of some sort that they are killing people?
He catches on quick.
Are you smart, that one? Either evidence that they're murdering or evidence that they're like getting rid of bodies, because we don't know what's happening. It could have just been an accident or something, right? But they know.
It's a bit of a reach to say it's an accident, and then also it ended up in the pig pen, you know.
Yeah, but like an accident. That some people, like, an accident can happen, and you don't want like someone dying to have to close down your petting zoo for 3 weeks or whatever. So actually, what you do is you just dispose of the body and you hide it.
Well, it stops being an accident at that point, in my eyes.
It doesn't necessarily have to mean it was murder, though.
It's not necessarily mass murder. It could be gross negligence.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, does that answer your question?
It does. If ideally there's no altercations whatsoever, but should there be some, us people on lookout, should we all come and help in the fray?
That's where we come in, no?
I think Hiraeth, if you
We
want to
haven't
make
got like a
that
zip
call.
line or anything.
A zip line?
Yeah, so if we're up high watching over, and then like if you guys could fire off like magic into the sky like a firework, and then we could zip line down. Maybe Hiraeth could like zip line down and like dive in, kick the bad guys.
I could send up my bees.
That does require some kind of building beforehand that I don't know that we'll probably get the opportunity to do.
Do you think they'll notice if we erect like a
Yes.
4-story building?
Yeah.
I think
Maybe. But
I have
where your head's at.
I have a question.
yes.
Do you not want the two like really rogues and the two really spellcastery people to go one apiece? And also that's a Nikki question because I thought we were divvying the teams up slightly different.
Oh, how do you want to split it up?
Well, I thought we were doing Pluto being like year twos and
Oh, like Pluto and Bing Bong together, and then Agatha and Nevma together. Well,
because they probably work better together, no?
yeah, but it's like, I'm still not great at stealth. I'm okay. I'm better, but
You're still learning.
I'm
It's
still
fine.
learning. So Bing Bong can cast invisibility. That's my thought. I mean, if
So, you know, we're your mentors, so we should definitely be there to kind of, you know, look after you. I mean, you know, Pluto and I, we've done quite a lot of things together, and we do work very well together. But also, you know, the reason why you guys roped us in is because we're your mentors, and we want to make sure that you're all right. So, and not to be, you know, not to kind of brag or anything, but we got a bit of experience and power, you know, on you guys, and so I think it's probably worth your while having, you know, the likes of me and this one, you know, kind of to help you guys out.
Ah, mentoring. Now I get the title.
I don't know what you're talking about.
what?
Well,
It comes with being a fae. There's a level of Deadpoolism. There's a level of sort of fourth wall
It's
breaking.
just Sunny renaming the group chat every week.
Yeah. So is that all right? Like, look, Sunny, Hiraeth. I mean, the four of you, really. Are you okay? Like, keeping watch and stuff. Like,
Well, I mean, like you know that place better than anyone, right?
I do.
Exactly.
I do know it quite well.
And we're not going to be far away if you do get into trouble. You know,
So it's bright orange.
yeah, and
I'm quite tall.
And your hair's pink,
Mm.
yeah.
like a dusky, like it's sort of like a midnight salmon.
Mm.
Anyway, basically, look, Sunny, you're really perceptive. You're really good at spotting stuff.
I've got peekers.
And Hiraeth, you can like charm the pants off anyone. So like, if you know, someone comes by, you can just like
everyone immediately looks at her faces.
You know, like I just figured, even if it doesn't necessarily have to be a fight, you know, if you just want to just be like, hey, can you
And
don't
Kai
go in
jingles at
there.
the best of times.
What?
Kai jingles at the best of times.
Wait, what do you mean by that? Oh, because sometimes I'm bejeweled. Yes. Well, I have.
Sometimes you're bejeweled, sometimes you're beaded, some other times you're just sort of got like an innate jingle around you.
He is, in fact, as he's saying this, taking the last of his necklaces off and putting them in his little backpack.
Small mountain. There's too much.
Excellent. So now he's not going to jingle, but the bag that he's carrying.
It's the bag.
No sound comes out of this bag, I can assure you.
You've got a soundproof bag because you jingle so much. It's come up before.
Absolutely.
Right. It's just sort of.
And Bing Bong's there going.
The
stories I could tell you.
One goblin band costume.
One of these days, we're all going to sit down. I'm going to tell you about all the things that we did last year and all the scrapes that we got into, and you'll have a somewhat of an idea.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've got things to do first.
Every time the conversation like splits off, I think Agatha gets a bit like she's just stood at the table like I'm trying to do my plan.
Well, this plan is sound, Agatha.
Yeah.
I think we got there in the end. Do you
Insight check? No.
Do you need help like locking up before we go out? Is everything like ship shape here?
I'll do
Feels
a quick.
weird because your parents are probably asleep upstairs.
Yeah, we gotta be quiet. Like, don't wake them, especially don't wake Mel. Not because I don't want to disturb her, but you will regret it.
She's beautiful. I can imagine she's quite something when she's angry.
I'm just gonna.
It's not the time. It's not the time to be talking about this,
Please.
is it?
Again, that's my sister. Please.
Let's go.
Okay. Yeah.
You also set up your sister with Henry as a joke, so let's not start picking. Get off your high farm, right?
I'll do. I'm sorry. It's very different. Like if me bullying my sister and someone else.
And extorting someone. So just to clarify, it's the boys and the wags who are sitting outside, and then it's the sneaky wizards that are going inside, right?
Yeah. Right. So there's a little bit of like last minute like adjusting of things. Like now would be the time to put on that. Agatha's changing probably into her stealth clothes, her sleep outfit, and Hayes kind of looks to Hiraeth and is like, well, I mean, I always, I have the when I went back, I did put on. She kind of pulls her shirt a little bit to the side, and she has some armor on underneath. I think. Are you wearing? Will you be wearing armor, Hiraeth?
I've already got my armor on from when I went back to grab weapons and books and things like that. So I'm basically just going as is, I think.
We just sort of have to. I mean, our main thing is to look like normal people, right? And then secondarily is to be strong.
Yeah. Looking down at the gleaming breastplate.
Do you want to?
Agatha, can I borrow an apron?
Yeah. It's not
Perfect.
my nice one. My nice one is wrapped in an arm. But yeah, here.
Has been permanently ruined.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Perfect.
And
I put the apron on and go, normal person?
Do you know what you need? We need to go in that basement, and you need to get. I want to say Phil, but I know it's not Phil. What's your dad's name?
Pete.
Pete. You need to get Pete. You need to get Pete's brewing coat. His little white lab coat.
Oh, I can't.
He wears the lab coat.
He loves that jacket. I can't take that from him.
Also, I think Hiraeth, with his like height and broad shoulders, would come back and he would have hulked straight through the seams of it.
For sure.
Well, so I'll say this.
Pete, who is nothing if not 5'6".
Short king.
He's a short king.
For sure.
Can you be both a short king and a dilf?
Yes.
In the middle.
He is. That's Pete.
It's short king, dilf, likes bees, and then just Pete.
Right,
All right.
Is everyone ready? Is everyone know what they've got to do?
Yeah. There's kind of like a quiet, steely, like glint in the eye of both Nevma and Pluto as they're sort of standing side by side, like two Wednesday Addams, like ready to fucking go.
Yeah. All right. Okay. And you right. You two. If possible, no murder. Yeah.
Yeah, Hiraeth.
I'll tell you what. I do like I sort of stiffen, just do like an almost imperceptible look over to Kai and go, "Shut up."
Right. Well, let's go.
It's fine. Don't worry, because all we've got to do is stand silently outside while they go in, so it's not going to be awkward at all.
Yes, I mean, my instinct is to sort of give somebody a spell that might help them on the way in, but I think, what I could give is like fly or haste or those sorts of things. I mean, if you want them, I can cast them. What have I got here?
I mean, that's
that spell book and starts like going through. What have I got?
Those are only for one person. Am I wrong? I would possibly say maybe save like haste, for instance, in case something gets dicey, just so that at least the forward party have one of the
or even fly. Like if it's that sort of stuff, you'll end up separating them. But you
one of
those there quicker.
Exactly. One of the fighting people or the people that
You're really cooking up some great ideas.
If we struggle a little bit further on, I will say I have a spell that allows me to place a kind of arcane spying device in a building. It's a fairly difficult spell. I only learnt it the other week, but it's quite an interesting one, and would be probably useful in this kind of thing. But I think the plan that we've got is good, and I think if we struggle with that one,
all right. What's the range on that? Like how?
Yes, let me tell you.
While they're doing this, Sunny's just going to message her. It's like, cooking up good ideas because you're wearing an apron. Like,
I just got that too.
What do you mean too? I didn't just get it. I said it.
Here's the spell. Here's the spell. Aggro. It is. The range is 30 feet.
Oh, okay.
Concentration up to an hour. You create an invisible magical eye within range that hovers in the air for the duration. You mentally receive visual information from the eye, which has normal vision and dark vision out to 30 feet. The eye can look in every direction. As an action, you can move the eye up to 30 feet in any direction. There is no limit to how far away from the eye you can move, but it can't enter another plane of existence. A solid barrier blocks the eye's movement, but the eye can pass through an opening as small as an inch in diameter.
All right. Wait. So you could like cast this and then just while everyone's getting watched, just like send it around the pegs. Keep an eye on.
Yeah,
us.
I mean, I think people sneaking in and discovering the stuff firsthand is great. But if that fails, looking at the map here, I could walk to that side and try and place it within, inside the house. But I think what you guys are going to do, you should do that first. And then if it doesn't work, we've got plan B. It's always good to have plenty of plans, right?
Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good.
Okay. Well, let's go.
They just turn around to see me and Sunny just like this towards each other.
Because you're wearing an apron, it's what people wear when they cook things. And I was like, it's like you're cooking an idea, but the idea was just a joke.
I love it. I will write it down so that I have it next time I see Pete.
And you leave the Apony, and Agatha, you're very careful to lock everything behind you, I'm guessing.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you lock up precisely, and then we are proceeding south east towards the petting zoo. Tell me how that goes.
Well,
Really well. And nothing goes wrong.
Yeah.
Agatha has Mr. Fay with her already summoned and is going to send him ahead. And before we even like get near the petting zoo, like I'm just going to look through his eyes to make sure no one's around, or like if like, oh yeah, we can probably just sneak through the main entrance, or if like we need to hop a wall or something.
All right, roll perception for the cat. Go ahead.
I love the fact that you at first told him, yeah, you can do whatever, and now you're going, yeah, do this. I just love the idea of him going, I don't think I fucking will, thanks. I'm going into the city.
But then finds that magically he has to.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm off. Oh God, I've got to go. That's awful.
Ankle slitter.
14.
14. You see that low perspective across the cobblestones through. Do you know what's interesting? Is I have this memory, I think from Critical Role, that cats weirdly don't have dark vision. Can you just double check that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
right.
that's the thing. They don't.
It's absolutely bananas. But can you please roll for me again, because it would be a disadvantage, because though this city beautifully has Mac lights, the arcane street lighting bequeathed by a rich patron, it is still low light.
So that we can all give each other the ocular pat down during night.
8.
It's classic billionaire philanthropy. It looks good on paper, but it actually does very little to stop people getting their ankle slit.
What happens is this: you have that low perspective, you see a little bit of light like bouncing off the cobblestones, and then Mr. Fay like stops in the streets, and you see a custer walk up to Mr. Fay and go, hello, and like bends down to give to Mr. Fay a scritch. You just see these like great big fingers coming towards the face, and from your perspective you're just seeing these giant like fingers give a scratch behind the ear, as Mr. Fay is very, very still, and then like sort of does that slight ducking thing underneath the hand, and moves on. And you just see that the custer just sort of stands there for a bit watching and just goes, all right then, off you go, little cat, catty cat, 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 cat. Right.
How much coke has he had?
Oh, I think that's the first moment Agatha's like, oh, I get it. I get it. I get why you don't want me to like touch you. Like it's all.
And eventually the custer moves on, and Mr. Fay approaches the front, the like gates of the Katerina Consort Petting Park, which, as you remember, has that tall arched gates. Now those gates are shut, and it was only an 8. Roll perception at disadvantage again,
Okay.
because you're not like doing a look on the streets.
I love that we started this like joke of this cat being fucking thick as shit, but like the rolls are just doing so much of the work now.
Yeah, because that's a 6. He's got worse. He's got closer. Sees less.
Ooh,
Yeah, there is.
rainbow.
There is. Mr. Fay like walks up and looks to the front of that archway with the shut like wrought iron gates, and then is like distracted by the moon and then the Mac lights, and does like a circle, and then just sits back down and
Okay. Agatha pops back out and is like, God, that cat hates me. I don't. Gates are shut. I don't know how it's best to get in. whether we just like pick the locks or.
Well, I assumed that we was going to have to break in. Like, I assumed the gates weren't going to be open at this time.
Hmm.
I'm going to say something for the viewers. We're doing something a little bit different today because we have an immense amount of NPCs. We have some of them are going to be piloted by other people. So I have given the character sheets of Bing Bong and Pluto to the guys to run the mechanics of.
Actually, Lydia, you gave me a golden dragon. Is that?
Yeah, that's right. Bing Bong is a golden dragon.
Nice.
You didn't have to say it out loud. I was trying to wait for a good moment for her to pop out goblin form. Jesus.
In my head, what this actually is Sunny and Hiraeth talking about what they think Pluto and Bing Bong are up to.
Yeah.
So like, this is in no way actually, not necessarily canon, but it's just like Sunny going, yeah, so a bit like Pluto's probably just like stood silently in the corner somewhere, just like stalking around, like.
Can I just say, Michelle, why did you have to do the art so that it looks like a Hiraeth and Bing Bong ship?
Oh,
Because Loki kind of.
I mean, that would be a really fun ship.
They would.
I'm not gonna lie, that would be
chaotic.
no,
Fun.
that is the most we've noticed you across the bar energy ship that we've had.
Yeah, that is. It is.
Oh God.
Pluto, who has been pretty silent, and like there's definite like intensity behind his eyes, says, I mean, obviously we have to break in, but if we can break in a way that, should we be very successful, no one ever knows that we've been here at all, that's better. So breaking locks, smashing windows, tripping traps is perhaps not the way to go unless somebody here has a mending spell.
I actually do have a mending spell.
Oh, perfect.
Wonderful.
Serendipitous, almost.
Does anyone have knock?
That would be you or Kai. It's not going to be literally. Or actually, in theory, it could be me, but it's not me. I actually don't think it is me. I could. What I'm thinking is, it's a wizard spell, and I get access to some wizard spells.
Also, I think I would have done this closer to us leaving. Does anyone need armor? Because I'm going to cast mage armor on myself.
Well, it's so funny you say that. I actually didn't go back and get my armor, so I actually don't have any. But I'm also not. I don't know if I'm going to be going in.
All right, we'll take it anyway.
No. If that. Don't use up more of your spell energy or nothing.
It's also not magical armor, so it wouldn't fit.
What?
Mage armor.
Oh, you're going to cast mage armor.
I was going to cast mage armor.
I thought you were offering armor physical armor that you had. Sorry.
I don't think it matters too much anyway, because I think it might be a self spell.
No, you touch a willing creature.
Is it? Mad.
Yeah.
You can do it to mounts and shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
As long as they're not wearing armor.
Shit.
Their base AC becomes 13 plus dex.
Don't worry about it. Like, you keep your magic. You're going to need it, because when you're going in there, you're going to need all your like magical energy and stuff. Don't worry about it. I can just hide behind a riot.
Alright, yeah, that's true. Okay.
So this cloak's so fucking big.
Well, yes, I can communicate telepathically quite easily with Bing Bong, and
Right?
yes, I've a certain amount of ability to communicate with people in their minds. Kai, I remember that you do as well, and so we can communicate fairly easly with one another, because I believe that you guys have message as well. So we're communication-wise, we're fine. Trying as much as we can to get in and out in a way that no one will ever know that we're here and we have the information is perfect. Everything else.
Nebma's really good at picking locks, so maybe Nebma could pick the lock, and if that damages the lock in any way, I can just fix it. Like, let's not.
Yeah, I mean, let's go.
overcomplicate things.
Also, before
She's a rogue.
before we fully get stuck in, so to speak, is there going to be a signal if you need help? And if so, what is the signal? I don't want to be coming in just because of any loud bang we hear or any noise. But is there, for those two teams that are going in, what is your signal, so to speak?
I mean, I kind of think that the Agatha's idea of sending the bees up was really good.
So that's your way of getting help.
Nebma and
Yeah.
What can I do? What have I got? I've got a message.
that's certain range, right?
It's like, yeah,
Like
what is
worst case.
pretty
worst
good range, I think.
You worst case you could, but like worst case you could, but like.
Are you okay? Are you having
Pretty much everybody in the group goes quite stiff and like is trying not to look at Kai, but like
Worst case, you could just, and we would all.
I don't know what is this? What?
I think just like
Kai, it's
yeet out.
it's a dodeca thing, so just maybe.
All right, everyone, come in. Look, stop being a dick, yeah.
Agatha.
Stop
I'm being a dick.
Stop being a dick.
I'm being secretive. It's very different.
You're being a dick.
Nevma sort of starts to hear things like descending slightly into bickering and just kind of backs
Can I give her
out the
guidance?
conversation.
That was me buoying her up. Like, can I give her default guidance?
Yes, beautiful.
I was not just saying it to be nice, although I was, but nice is a mechanical. I don't roll play unless I get a mechanical benefit out.
She like pulls a hood up and starts running towards the door, towards the arched gate. Well, that's good. That is good. It is good enough at a 25. You just sort of see her take a knee and pull something out, and she is like focused and working on it. And then you sort of see her gently pull it down in case it clicks. And then she stops for a second. And she looks back and she points her finger, and Agatha, you hear in your mind, I'm suddenly a little bit worried about traps. Has anybody done a detect magic?
I was gonna say that. Let me do a detect magic.
Well, she's just done that in Agatha's head. So Agatha would know it first, and Agatha can act on it.
Yeah, because I have counter spell, but not detect magic or dispel magic. So
I've got detect. You don't have it because I've got detect and dispel because I get them as part of my subclass.
then
So
Agatha will like respond, be like, just hold up. I'll get Sunny on it, and then I'll whisper to Sunny, check for magic, check for traps.
okay.
And can I just do a perception while Sunny's doing this?
Yes.
Like,
You absolutely can. If you are looking, don't forget that this is dimly lit.
Disadvantage.
So disadvantage. And detect magic. While you're rolling, detect magic goes up.
I'm gonna walk up to the. I'm gonna do like a little walk up and down the front of the thing.
Okay.
I'm just
Can you
gonna
give me
pick up
a
my
general stealth check for doing that walk to see how obvious you look as somebody who's trying to kind of be chill?
This is fucking ridiculous cloak out. Or
I
does it
mean,
hinder?
in the sense that you're no longer hindered by your previous appearance.
How far away are we from the pig pen at the moment? Is that of interest?
Well, you have come from, I don't know if you saw, I sent a messy map to you that had a thing on it. The Apennine is
that way.
Yeah. So you're the wrong side of because number 6 is the pig pen, so you're sort of the wrong side of it.
And each square is roughly 10 foot, so actually it's quite a way away. Okay, cool.
You've got a beast bond. You've got a ranger's beast bond with slippery sausage.
You know it.
I got a 17 on the dice, which is a dirty 20, which is, Sonny
That's very
takes
good.
his timber coin and like puts it on his forehead, and his eyes glow that like sun ray thing as he looks around.
Looking through, I mean, what's nice about that wrought iron gate is that you can see into the quite far into the petting zoo. Oh, I'm just right on the edge of a sneeze, not quite there, but it
Stop it.
Constantly threatening.
No, don't kill it. That's so rude.
What you see is immediately on the other side of the gates is a pressure plate. That has a little bit of gold, a little bit of kind of gold light that lights up, and then to each side, buried almost within the wooden booths that the people who you bought the tickets from sat, are like ball shapes that light up, and. The School of Magic is... That's the one that I didn't write down. But I'm thinking. And it would be transmutation, I think, probably.
Okay.
I think.
How many are
there? There's like paving slabs and the two that go that sit on the other side of the railings, like two welcome mats. Pardon me.
How many of the balls are there?
2, one either side.
So there's one ball either side, and there's a single pressure plate.
2 pressure plates, 2 balls.
Are they like linked in any way?
They all look like the same kind of magic, so it would be easy to surmise that.
I'm going to dispel magic on. I can choose one creature, one object, or magical effect. I'm going to choose the magical effect in the hope that it's a single magical effect.
Okay. Yes, that just happens, doesn't it? What I need to do.
As long as it's a spell 3rd level or lower.
Yeah, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to have you roll Arcana, not because it doesn't happen, but because you could. I think there might be a few of those here where, you could gain extra information because you're interacting with it.
21.
21 is extremely good. What you get from that is that you have severed the connection between the pressure plates and the bowels, but the balls themselves are still a magical item. Those can't be dispelled, but they are now just magical items sitting and waiting.
But both of the pressure pads are no longer...
Yes, the pressure pads are now fine.
You harvested the redstone.
Minecraft.
You give Nevma a thumbs up, or was that giving...
Sunny's like right there. Like Sunny's gone up to the gate so as to like get as much...
Kind of see Nevma is like holding the heavy part of the padlock in her hand, having successfully done it, but was frightened in case there was a trap involved in the lock. And he's like looking up to you.
So...
Is fine.
The only magical things here now is the ball up there, the ball over there, and you.
Oh.
It's a fun joke. You've absolutely got this. It's no problem. You did that with an ease. You can just sort of relax. There's 2 pressure plates down there. I've disarmed them. I've magically disarmed them, but they might still have a mechanism that could make a noise. So.
Right.
But they're clearly thinking it's transmutation magic. So I'm thinking it's like like the ink they put on top of some like government fences. that like stings you when you're close. It could be something like that, or it could be something worse. But yeah, just bear in mind that this is the sort of thing they're dealing with.
Right.
What if they're like
Well,
true polymorphs? Sorry, I've just been listening. What if they were like true polymorph, and that's how they get the animals?
What are you talking about?
If they had access to true polymorph, I don't think their big secret exhibit would be 2 mushroom blokes.
Agatha's gonna come over. Guys, what are you doing? I thought you're gonna be back there.
I'm dispelling the magic.
I'm just
I'm
positing a theory.
I'm going to take the lock off of Nevma. So
Nevma's going to now attempt to like quietly, even though people are lots of people are talking, she's going to attempt to really quietly take the chain off the thing.
Can I put my cloak around my hands and hold some of the chain and cast guidance on Nevma to kind of like ease it?
That's very good. That is a 26, as it's slow and it's meticulous, and the chain is now carried very, very carefully to the side and placed down on the ground. And the gates open. So,
1 second.
Agatha?
1 second. I think I have something that can help. I do have something that can help. Right. No. Will you allow me to cast silence on an object?
Silence doesn't move.
I don't have something. Yeah. I'll bless them all.
Wonderful. Remember that. You've got your default.
I think because I'm piloting Bing Bong. Bing Bong turns around to Sunny and goes, "Ooh, make sure you've got them peepers going, okay?" And that's a what do you call it?
Bardic inspiration.
Bardic inspiration.
You're Sunny?
Yeah, you're looking, aren't you?
What?
Yeah, your lookout. Very, very important that lookout has something as well.
Yeah.
All right, now let's go.
Considering at the beginning of the stream, Tom, your Hiraeth sounded like a cowboy, it's incredibly bold of you to throw in another accent. It genuinely made me laugh so much. I can't remember what it is you said, but you sounded so cowboy.
To be fair, I did say howdy, y'all. So
There is that.
All right, Agatha.
Yes.
As now Sunny and Hiraeth like move back to be with the lookout people, you and Pluto step forward towards the entrance. I'm gonna need an initial stealth check from stealth team.
Can Bing Bong cast invisibility on us first?
for sure, already done it.
Thank you. Does that just gives advantage, right? And we're blessed. But that's yeah. Oh, is that just attack rolls, bless, isn't it? And saving throws.
No, I think it's not attack roll. I'll check.
Because then it's just guidance. Okay, guys.
Pluto's going to turn invisible. Actually,
17 for Agatha.
17, good. Nevma got 23. Bing Bong, what'd you get?
Oh, I need to roll for Bing Bong. Okay, cool.
do I
Advantage.
get advantage from being invisible?
Yes.
Nice.
you do. If Pluto's casting it on himself, then yes. If not, Bing Bong was just casting it.
Yeah, he's doing it himself. He's not casting it, but yeah.
That was a nat fucking 20. For 24.
Oh, yeah,
That was on the first roll. I don't need to roll again, right?
Nat 20?
Yeah, for 26.
Okay, very, very good. You are treading very carefully through those gates. And then that party of 4 splits off, right?
Yeah.
Let us go first with Team Aggro.
Okay. So we're gonna stealth. I assume we have to go round the pig pen. We can't like squeeze between the pig pen and the fence.
It's not. You can investigate that if you want.
I would love to investigate that. 26.
At a 26, you could squeeze through where the fence and there is like a bit there, but looking like further ahead, as you kind of squeeze through and you get a little bit of a look further down, and you realize that there is like definitely something blocking the way when it comes to, there's like
when you get further down,
the sheds, there's like little buildings at the enclosure, and that bit you can't tell from here what that is, but you know that there is something that blocks the way. So your kind of feeling at the moment is to go around the path route.
I'm gonna do the same thing I did coming up to here. I know it's gonna be at disadvantage, but I'm at disadvantage anyway for it, and send Mr. Fay ahead to kind of just see if they can hear anything or see anyone.
Just for absolute clarity, we have Bing Bong. Bing Bong is with you.
Yes.
Or Bing Bong. Yeah, Bing Bong's
Bing Bong's with me. We're like
the entire time, Bing Bong is kind of like messaging Agatha, just basically saying essentially like, okay, so I'm here. And so just so you know, because we can't actually see each other.
Yeah, so we keep talking. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah.
Just for clarity, it's Agatha, Nebma, and Pluto that are blessed, because I can only do 3.
Okay.
And it's attack rolls and saving throws.
Okay. And yeah, so I'll send Mr.
So
Fay.
if you'd like to roll for Mr. Fay.
Is it a disadvantage because it's dim light, or is it like lights on around here? It's
if anything, it's more dim light here because you don't have the MAC lights.
Cool.
So it is definitely a disadvantage.
That's a 12. It's not terrible.
That's a 12. I will remind Tom though that Bing Bong has dark vision, being a goblin. So if you wanted to do any sort of perception checks, you can.
Sure. I was giving the player character but
it's probably worth it once we get closer. Have Bing Bong do a check as well.
Cool.
A 12 though, you
12.
feel like you can see quite well through those eyes, and then I tell you what, I'm going to give Bing Bong just a half a second opportunity to help out, because I feel like it would be happening at the same time. So what did Bing do?
That's a 14.
Bing Bong.
Perception or passive perception of, I think it's much higher. Passive perception of 17, but +3 on the rolls. So
you can see that Mr. Fay is about to step on ground that looks slightly different. There's like a rectangular piece of the ground that looks different to the other paving slabs.
Agatha, stop your cat!
I stopped. That's not Mr. Fay.
Now you see, in the business, as you get more experience, what you'll notice is sometimes there are some things, some traps under paving stones and things like that. So that's one of them. Okay. It seems like. So maybe let's avoid that one.
Yeah. Can you point out any others? Like basically, does it look like something we can walk around, or is it like this whole thing's trapped?
What do you think, Dom?
So you looking at coming closer and looking at this specific area, there is actually it's not paving slabs. It's actually kind of, now that you're looking at it, it's almost like they've used a reed mat to put over the top of what is actually a hool. That goes across the full, like, essentially 20 feet, 20 by 10 foot, like, hole in the ground that goes down 10 feet.
Classic mischief, that.
Yeah.
Well, that wouldn't pass this health and safety check, I tell you.
Can I lift, do you think we lift it up, see what's under there? Because what if it could be like a trap down into something, or do you think it's just a trap?
I don't know. I can't see under.
All right.
Yeah, if you'd like to.
Yeah, I'll go.
You lift up that reed mat, and it is a dark hole. You can roll perception, but it is, I'm going to just tell you now, there is no light in that hole.
Yeah.
So you're going to really, really struggle. But I can give you something that your passive perception would pick up. I don't know why I'm surprised that I need to burp so badly when I'm absolutely guzzling Coke and then being like, what's all this gas video? Jesus, disgusting. Something that you lifted up, and the stench of like old manure that comes up out of that hole is strong. I mean, the petting zoo itself has a kind of animal fecal smell to it.
A long draw.
Can I cast just one of my bees to like
single lonely bee?
Yeah.
Your bee is actually plural. It's bow is singular for bee.
Stop this. As that light goes down and kind of investigates and goes around, it does hit the bottom 10 feet down.
Okay.
And the bottom just has old, like, things that look like cow pats and stuff.
My concern was like, might find another hand down here or something. Cool. Then I will like come back up, put it back down.
Maybe. I don't think it's a hand anymore.
Bee comes back up and kind of goes into your clothing somewhere, and
it just goes out, I think.
You have some options here. You could kind of try and climb the side of the pig enclosure. You could try and jump it. Either way, it's going to be either an athletics or an acrobatics roll to get over this hool.
Yeah, can I try and jump it?
With a bit of an athletics, yeah. I think in fact, Tom, you tell me what Bing Bong's going to do, but can you give me an athletics check to long jump 10 feet?
Can I offer an acrobatics instead?
Yeah, she might kind of climb up. There's like a bit the big green thing to your left is the flying flesh enclosure, so it's netting, so she could climb up and kind of round that netting.
Excellent. I think that's for sure what Bing Bong's gonna try and do instead.
Cool. So give me acrobatics. What is your athletics like?
21.
Ooh, very good. You kind of go back a little bit and bound over and land 3-point landing, looking forward. And can you just quickly do one for Mr. Fay for me as well?
Oh, I mean, I don't think he's going to make it. Can I just bamf him out and bamf him back?
You can, of course.
I'm just going to do that. I'm not.
I was about to say, I've seen far too many videos of cats trying to jump off stuff.
I'm like, this is
not going to go well.
No, I could see him like thinking about it, and then I just like send him away, and then send him back next to me, like.
The darkness just looks solid, so he just tries to walk over it.
Bamfing to your side, he kind of looks up. You could almost swear the quietest purr comes from this cat as it looks up in gratitude at you. What is the acrobatics like, please?
18.
18, not bad, not bad. It's not, I wouldn't say it's like perfectly elegant. She's like a tiny, like daddy long legs going across that net enclosure,
Yeah.
and but you are both on the other side. How do you proceed further? We'll do a little bit more with you guys, then we'll stick a pin in it and go over to Pluto.
I'm on the other side. Are you on the other side?
Yeah, I'm here by this, and I'm going to just mark somewhere on the ground so that Mr. Faye's not invisible. Mr. Faye's next to me.
Oh, great, brilliant.
Right, I can't like pick locks or anything.
Ooh.
But what I can do is misty step. So if I can see a window, then I can just like misty step through to the other side. I don't know if that's something you can do, or if it's clear, I'll just go in and take a look around.
Yeah. Well, look, at the end of the day, we've all got to play to our advantages.
Can I just confirm something real quick? That invisibility that Bing Bong gave everybody is lasts a minute.
It's an hour.
An hour.
Ein hour. Yeah. Yeah. I've.
Or I can get in and then maybe just open a window or something.
I'll be entirely honest. I've got nothing.
All right, that's fine. Okay.
You've got nothing. It's a fucking lie.
Okay.
Get into a building that's locked.
Then that's the plan. Agatha's gonna try and see into a window, preferably one. I mean, there were lights on, and misty step into the room. And then try.
Right. Moving forward down that road, down that pathway. In my imaginings, we have Agatha and Mr. Faye on the right-hand side, and just because in my mind, Bing Bong climbed the netting, so would be on that left-hand side if you're facing to the right.
Mm-hmm.
Agatha.
Yes.
Please, you walk and you feel something brush your ankle. And you hear and a net with weights on the end shoots out from the side and completely covers you. There are little weights on the edges of this net that kind of pin you down. Can you make a strength saving throw, please?
I can. I'm blessed for that, though. I rolled a 19 on the dice.
Oh.
That's incredible. So you are just standing. It doesn't.
Yeah.
That's really, really good. You are not knocked prone. You kind of just stand absolutely like a pillar as this net like hits you and like and hits the floor, and is quite kind of heavy.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Let's get you out of that, eh?
Yeah. Pinkbot, do you think this is just a thought, but these are quite a lot of traps for a petting zoo, right?
I did think that, to be honest. Yeah.
Okay.
I've not really been here. I lie as though I know anything that Bing Bong has done since being at the school.
Bing Bong goes here every weekend.
I tell you what, though, it's promising to in the sense that we might find something here. As Bing Bong tries to sort of like.
I will also try and lift it, like get out.
There's no roll to do it. It takes an action. You either rip the net or the two of you kind of do it and leave the net on the ground.
Well, I was gonna say, have I got could I pick it up? Could we shove it in that hole? Because my concern is someone comes by, they'll go. The trap's gone off, so I want to hide it.
Yeah.
Do you want to do that whilst I just look around for some more traps, just in case?
Yeah.
As much as I don't want to break the tension, I have to go to the toilet.
All right,
Oh,
go
no.
in.
We're
Wow.
lucky that the net was long enough, because if it was shorter, it would have got around and then one of the weights could have just like swung down really comically and hit you. Wouldn't have been fun.
Why
Yeah.
are you bullying me? Why are you making me my character, my NPCs like fucking idiots?
What are you talking about?
But, to be fair, we don't. We don't make it. We don't make it happen.
I said it's not character related. Tom, I'm really disappointed in you.
What's that?
Lily said the ball's going there, and you mentioned.
Listen, I felt like I'd kind of made enough jokes amidst serious stuff already at that point. Like I felt like I'd filled my quota slightly, and I can only apologise. But props on Rooney in chat for clocking it and making the comment instead. Can I just say how strange it is playing a character that is not yours during a campaign that your character is in? It's so strange.
You're doing great though. I wasn't expecting like the accents or anything. I thought you'd just be like, "Bing bong will do this. Bing bong will do that."
No, fuck it. If I'm here, I'm here. You know.
Yeah, play the part.
Even if the Welsh accent is a little bit iffy, I've got Welsh blood, and I feel like I'm doing it a disservice. You know, it's roiling in my veins right now.
You threw me for a loop, because what I was going to do was describe what Pluto's doing, like Sunny drunk history style.
I think you should still do that. Like, it's two different ways, right?
So then basically, Bing Bong just kind of went over and got her out of the net.
He goes, "Oh dear." That was a Hiraeth impression, apparently. That was very great.
Oh,
It was bad.
that was.
Feel bad taking the piss out of you now.
We're back.
Back. So, Agatha, you throw the net in the hole. That's very easy. Bing Bong, what were you doing in the meantime?
Checking for more traps around us.
Please roll for that. Please roll perception or investigation.
I didn't roll great, to be honest. Let's check the investigation. Boop. Beep beep bop. Oh, investigation's also not great. Cool. So that's 9 for perception, but a passive 17. Split the difference.
What was it? Sorry, I zoned all the way out for a moment.
It was a six on the dice, so a 9 for perception, but the passive perception 17. I never know how to work that bit out, to be honest.
You are, I think, yeah, it's real tricky. But I think for things like this, passive perceptions are things that might catch your eye out of the corner of your eye. Looking for very, very fine tripwires is not really something that comes up with passive perception.
Sure.
And yes,
I just want to question one thing on that, just because I feel like it is an investigation thing, and Agatha has a passive investigation of 25, just for any future.
You're
things
currently
that might
putting
happen.
something in a hole,
Oh.
so that will work the next time that you're doing something like this, which is perfect.
But I just wanted you to know that
Yes.
she has.
So that was actually what that was just a brag, Lydia.
It was a brag,
Just
and we're here for it.
humble brag.
We're here for it. Agatha is she's actually pulled out a magnifying glass.
I don't think she has. They're like $1,000.
I know, they're really, really expensive.
No, that's
Spyglass.
Yeah.
They're expensive.
Bing Bong, with your low investigation roll, low perception roll, you are there's Bing Bong going, right, well, we've got to kind of look out for that, because I'm not really sure how she did that. And then you feel your skinny little ankle touching a thread, and another net shoots out. A little bit.
I'm gonna kill your NPC. Doo-da, doo-da.
Can you please roll a strength saving throw?
I'm gonna kill your NPC. Doo-da, doo-da, day. Doo-da, doo-da, 8. Doo-da, doo-da, 8.
You are knocked prone. I mean, this Bing Bong is very small, and she's also skinny with it. Though don't say that in front of her. Very self-conscious about it. But whilst Agatha really stood against that net hitting her, Bing Bong is knocked totally off her feet and is now lying with her back on the ground and the net just pinning her down. Agatha, you just hear
points to like the general direction that Agatha is and says, "Yeah, so funny thing happened."
Yeah, I got it. Don't. I got you. And I'll just do the same thing. Lift the net off and put it in the thing. Okay. I hope the others are having a better time of it than we are.
Smash cut.
Now that Agatha has come back, you spend an action lifting that net off Bing Bong. You put it in the hole. You come back. You have a passive perception of 25, but can you just roll an investigation as well? Because I do, you are doing this in low light, so I think it's fair to roll as. I'm not going to ask you to do it at disadvantage, but I'm not going to take the full 25 passive because of the light issue. 12. Split the difference. What you can see is it's like staggered. So there's where there isn't one on one side, there's one on the other. So if you kind of weave through it, you can step over them and avoid them. You kind of work out where that the nets are being shot from posts that kind of they're sort of made to look like they're lamps, but they're not lit. And you realize that that's where the nets are being shot out from. Okay, cool. I will. I'm just gonna like grab Bing Bong by the shoulders and like guide her through.
The bloody other side.
I'm going to put a brief pin in that and just briefly say to Sunny, I'm just going to go back to that detect magic that you did. And please tell me the range and how exactly you used it in that moment. Are you using it just like a woof that kind of ripples out like or are you looking with your eyes and seeing?
So he looks like his eyes are his eyes light up and it's like looking. It was like his eyes were sunbeams, not literally. That would be a bit. If you imagine that middle of the night, just.
There is some. And what did you say the range was?
I think it's like 30 foot, but I was going right up to the door, and I will confirm that for you.
Oh, it's only 30 foot, is it? I thought it was
not long.
Okay, we can forget that.
It was an entryway thing, beyond I'll happily roll. My passive perception is okay, but I would say he's doing a more active thing.
What I'll say is this for Sunny, and also for Hiraeth and Hazel and Kai. What does your lookout look like? Because so far what we've talked about is walking backwards and forwards like this, but are you like walking
the backwards and forwards was my detect magic because of that range. So I was walking to like the back and front. Right.
Because I can't look it up right now. Does detect magic go through stone? Does it go through
an
walls?
Amount of stone, and it is. I think it's a foot of stone off the top of my head. I think it actually might, but it is impeded by physical objects.
Yeah, they've got like wood, stone, lead, or whatever.
You've got wood.
You got wood.
So detect magic, the spell can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by a foot of stone, an inch of common metal, and a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt.
Okay. And when you rolled that Arcana before, what was that? Do you remember?
21.
21. It's really good. All right.
Yeah, because I rolled a 19 on the die. I've got +2.
I'm going to say this. Guys, I gave them one that has like so that we can reference particular squares, which you guys won't be able to see because it would just be impossible. But for your reference, Ahi, square 10 double B, something pings and it is in the school of magic that is, I believe, off the top of my head, divination. But I need to.
Okay. And I have a question for you. How
Yeah.
far away is 10B from me? Because I'm looking at the squares and it would be horrendous stream watching for me to go.
Is it
20
is
feet.
it the pig pen?
Yeah.
How many feet, sorry, specifically?
Essentially, when you're looking at the pig pen, this square that is top left, right next to the shed, it's that square.
So is that within 120 feet?
Yeah.
I immediately dispel it.
That doesn't work. You can try and roll, I think, can't you, if it's higher than level 3?
Yeah, DC equals 10 plus the spell's level.
Let me look that right up.
And I make a ability check using my spellcasting ability.
You do have inspiration, D8 if need be as well.
A day?
Yeah.
10 plus what?
Spell's level. So I got a 17. And I will tell everyone around here, someone's trying to find him. I just dispelled the divination spell that was over by the pig pen.
Oh, really?
I mean,
yeah, Kai, have you got dispel magic and detect magic? Because if so, we need you, and I need you like locked on. Because I can only look one way, really. If you're not got dark vision.
Hiraeth, or who are you talking to?
Kai.
Oh, Kai. Beg your pardon.
Kai's just sat there. Sorry, what?
Yeah, Michelle, it's us making your boyfriend look like an idiot.
No, it's really, really me. Oh, God.
What it is we have currently more NPCs than players, even with me and Tom taking an NPC. It's a lot.
I'm gonna kill 95% of the school just to make my life a little bit easier.
It's Caligula.
I'm gonna Caligula's this shit.
I was just thinking. I mean, we are currently outside, but would it look less conspicuous if we hid inside, as opposed to loitering, like just inside, as opposed to loitering around?
But if the custers see us, if the custers see us while we're just inside, that's the thing. Whereas we can if there's a chance, right? If the custers see us, we can be like, oh, you got us just before we was about to do something naughty, slap on the wrist and go home.
Right.
Whereas if we were inside the gate, crime done.
Of course.
You say breaking the boundary, crimes afoot. Outside, crimes are not. It's the one.
That's what they say, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's absolutely not.
I've never heard that before.
I mean, here's the thing. I can do dispel magic, but I can't. I didn't learn today. Detect magic.
Right, I'm gonna have a word with whoever's running the wizard syllabus around here, because it's like pretty standard stuff.
I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, I have it and I didn't learn it, but I popped around my primary, so there may well be gaps.
In fairness, you didn't know that you were going to be here either, so we kind of sprung this on you.
No. I mean, I would obviously always be here. I mean,
what's your primary now?
Transmutation. I'm liking it. Now's not the time to gossip, but yeah, transmutation. I've done it for a little while now. It's cool.
I say this to anyone, right? There's never a bad time, just have a catch it with someone.
Yeah,
you never know someone's doing for you,
Yeah.
Like right now, I'm the only person that can see when magic is happening, and my friends are inside a zoo.
Yeah, I mean, I tell you what, you know what I do have learned, which could. No, I'll let them do their thing, and then we'll pop some stuff off. I want to make sure that I've got all my spell slots in case I'm needed.
Something that we found really handy when we went on a quest together was just sort of like making each other aware of the things we could do. So
yeah,
it's really funny because you'd have thought that I would. That Hiraeth would be the one getting super salty.
Yeah, but like this is like friend banter in the like we've spent like a day together and like I've like because in my head Eli gives Kai shit. Is it Eli we were with?
Kai? Or Eli?
No,
Eli gives Kai shit?
No,
Eli.
who were we with at Caligula's? There was Kai and
You went to Caligula's
Oh my God,
with... Oh,
Sid.
the person that you
Sid.
met was Sid. Yeah.
In my head, Sid does a lot of friendly jabs.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's Sunny's following
Picks up on that, yeah.
Sunny, as a direct result of being around Sid, Sunny got brought into the.
No, I love that. That's terrific. And I mean, the thing is that it's a little bit of a faux pas just to open your wizard book and sort of show, but
It's also mostly because I don't think any of us here are going to know what it is.
It's also the first time that it's happened, is it?
Jesus.
See, that was shade. What I did.
Yeah, I can. I do. I sense it. I feel that little bit of difference. I have. Here's some things. You know, should I get in a scrape? Here's the things I can do. I can do alter self. If if somebody comes, I can do that.
In my head, he's got them in like subcategories.
Yeah, and then if because I've got level, yeah, I've got like the label here that changes it.
Color coded system.
That one I probably wouldn't say out loud. I've got, enlarge, reduce. I could polymorph in case one of the animals gets aggressive.
The only thing that Sunny's thinking of right now is that I wonder what Hiraeth looks like when he's 12 foot tall.
You've got a 12-foot tall Hiraeth with symbols in your head.
As soon as he said enlarge, reduce, Sunny just like glossed over. It's just Hiraeth, but it's actually someone in the Hiraeth costume trusting like a foam solarator.
Oh my god.
Such fun. And I'm going to put a pin in that and go to Nevma and Pluto.
Lydia, I have a request because I've not claimed that character sheet, so I can't. There are certain changes I can't make. I think Pluto would swap out his weapon that he's attuned to for the ring he's attuned to, given what's going on.
Whatever you think best. So you guys watched as Agatha and Bing Bong peeled off, stopped for a moment, and then you saw the dark form of Agatha leaping across a trap.
No, you didn't.
Oh yeah, because you're invisible, so you don't fucking see anything.
They just saw two nets go off.
I don't think we saw that. I think they're quite quiet. I think Pluto is definitely taking the lead, and I think that Pluto is actively not seeking traps like he's going to try and step on them, but like looking for a trap.
Okay, roll investigation.
Can I actually roll perception?
Yeah.
I have very good dog. No. Yes, I do. Oh. The 13 on the dice plus 5 is 18. My lowest roll today has been a 12. Mountain dice.
Between the two of you, because you perceived Nevma investigated, there is another pit trap. That reed mat is over another rectangle, but it's much easier to walk around. What you notice about this is that the trap is 10 foot by actually 30 foot around the gate to the enclosure. So if that makes sense at all, so you can fairly easily, by like working out where the reed mat sits, you can easily walk around it.
I have a question off the back of that search. Would Pluto think to like dig his heel in close to the edge to see if this is freshly dug or if the ground is settled?
That's going to require investigation.
I think he would do that, knowing that, you know, because a defensive trap dug in such a short amount of time infers something.
Panic,
Yeah, 15.
To your eye, this is
Like, is there
this
any
has
like
been
subsidence
here.
or anything?
You see around the edge many scrapes where the paving slabs have been lifted and replaced with reeds.
So
this is a permanent thing it would not be difficult for a clever person to surmise that it is something that gets done each evening. Now, what route do you think they're going to take to get to?
So we're going to the one that's at the top right.
Top right, yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And the building at the top of the hay enclosure, is that like a windowed building for staff, or is that like more like a warehouse?
The building at the bottom of that one. So basically, all of that little group of enclosures, that's all hay enclosure.
I think they're going to take the edge to go round the north.
Oh right, okay, all right. So you don't even need to go around that pit enclosure. You actually then you're looking at it and working out which way you're going to go. You double back to hug the wall.
The like building on the other side, it's hug the wall, even climb that hay enclosure building if we have to.
Yeah.
But ideally not, because this makes us more visible. But yeah, it's hugging the wall, being invisible, and taking the most direct route.
For your reference and everybody else's reference, the stone part of the wall is actually 12 foot high.
Okay.
And anything else that you might want to perceive, you would roll a perception check. But that's just to give you a kind of concept of it.
It's active trap looking. Look for active traps and looking and moving.
All right.
It is never invisible.
Yes, but Pluto is because they did it on themselves, so everyone's invisible.
So Pluto they would have confirmed, like, shortest route, hug the wall, straight to the building.
Yes.
Because they couldn't see each other while they're visible.
Can you please roll the hut is very close to the wall. The gap is not very wide. But here's the thing: if you were to climb the hut, which is 10 foot to the lip of the thatched roof area, somebody on the other side of the wall wouldn't be able to see you. It's just the people who are inside that might see somebody climbing over. So that's your choice.
We're all invisible.
You're all invisible, yeah. So no one would see you.
Yeah. I think that's the move. If we're going to actively climb, and Pluto's going to use his spyglass when he gets to the very top to take a quick perimeter check.
Okay. Roll athletics to climb.
With a fucking 19 on the dice. Let's go. Athletics or +1, dirty 20.
Neva's just rolled a 7. So she is going to climb a little bit, fall on her ass, and try and. Pardon me. Oh, she does have a climbing speed. I'm sorry, I'm not thinking at all.
Also, to be fair, vampires.
Michelle, that's how you stand up for your
vampires can fit into a gap the width of their head. So
I think that's mice, but it's a nice.
I think it's babies.
If you push them hard enough, God.
Clambering up, clambering over, leaving yourself down. Can you roll for trap checking, please?
Can I do it with advantage for the spyglass?
Oh yes, you're looking at the top. Give me perception with advantage, please.
And if possible, I want to look into any windows.
Yeah.
With the spyglass.
Yeah.
18. 13 in the close.
You can see that there is a light on in one of the rooms of the building that is in that corner that you are heading towards. You can also see, looking all the way around, that the only other place that has a light on is the place where Bing Bong and Agatha are heading for.
Okay. I think we keep moving, and yeah, I just think we. Can I see anyone in the windows?
You can't with that roll. It's very. It seems like the light is probably either really dim, or like a reflection or something. It's barely even a light, the one that you're heading towards. It's
keeping just for reference, telepathically, I think Pluto is keeping Never.
Yeah.
In.
Never's going to do investigation whilst you have done that spyglass stuff. She's dropped down to check further on, and she, keeping that, if you've kept that telepathic link open,
Yeah.
she informs you
time.
that there is there's a net trap that she kind of points out, or she doesn't point out, but she says there is I cannot get my head around the fact that no one can fucking see each other. This happens to me, I swear, whenever anybody ever casts invisibility, I'm like, yeah, but if I'm also invisible, we're both invisible so we can see each other. We're in the invisible world. This is the invisible realm. No, Lydia, don't be a fucking
Living in the invisible world, and I am an invisible girl.
But she lets you know that there is tripwire for a net trap, and that makes it fairly easy to scoop.
Oh, yeah, I think there's I love to leap like fucking third class of ballet jump over the top of that.
Just elegant and pale in moonlight.
2 years of junior ballet, so that's fucking good. I was far.
Nice. And you make your way around. Before we put a pin in it and go back to Agatha and Bing Bong, you draw nearer to the window because you're near the building.
The walls.
Can you do an additional check now, like perception check, of as you're going around? And please, for me, another additional advantage stealth check from both of you.
Absolutely. Just to confirm, we're near the big building, yeah? The one with
The
the
one
gold
that has
paint.
like a yellow dome on the top? Yeah.
And these are 10-foot squares, correct?
Yes.
Cool. I'm going to wait till we're closer then. So you want a stealth, advantage stealth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's silly. And what was the other one? Perception.
Yeah. For looking in through windows.
In which case, I'm not going to look through a window. I think Pluto's going to look through the walls.
Very exciting.
Yeah. So here's the thing: Pluto has not cast a spell to be invisible. He can just be invisible in dim light as an action. Mind. So this is not wasting his. He will become uninvisible as a result of this, but then will then be able to re-invisible at no magical cost.
I will say, Nikki, that's not how walls work.
It is when you're Pluto, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
The stone and mortar seem to dissolve in front of you, and the first that corner is a room, first of all, that has tables on it and implements, and essentially can you roll a perception check for just what you're kind of looking at?
Yeah, it's a 24 because I rolled 19 at the time.
Beautiful. This seems to be a kind of area where there are like bandages on tables and stuff. This is basically where you'd bring an animal. It's like the vet room. Yeah. It's empty of people, and this is not the room that had light coming from it. On the far side is a door, a fairly kind of heavy looking door, and by your discerning, that door would lead to the room that has a tiny bit of light escaping from the window.
I would like to have been within 30 foot of the wall to that door.
So you can see through both?
Yeah.
As that you kind of are perceiving it and you're letting your depth perception kind of move backwards, and that wall then disappears. What you see then is bright light, and it's weird to see that because the light obviously stops at the wall, and it is much brighter than what you saw at the window. But there is, beyond that door, is a green light in the middle, hovering above a plinth and pulsing out green light. And I'm going to put a pin in that.
And I'm going to do a wee. Also, you just kept the layers reminding me of the intro to Skelly Bones. No,
I don't know that one.
That's fine.
Circling back, Agatha.
Yes.
Well, just for your reference, very quickly, Bing Bong does have her hood up because I've just read the character sheet. So
timely.
Yeah. So for your reference, if there is anyone looking, any perception checks are made with disadvantage to see Bing Bong anyway.
If the invisibility drops through
Okay.
any kind of damage or anything. Can you roll for me, moving forward, having weaved through those net traps, any an additional perception check or investigation? I think probably you would prefer, and a stealth, please.
An investigation and a stealth.
Yes.
And
say Bing Bong, if you want to, definitely you should do a stealth, but with advantage, and then any additional rolls that you want to do.
Cool. I think I'll do a perception.
Am I at disadvantage for investigation, or is that just perception?
I'm not. I feel like it sort of has to be because of the light, and because so much of that investigation is to do with your eyes. And if you brought out one of your bees, then it would kind of, it would.
Yeah, that's fine.
That was a 16 and an 18 for the stealth, so that's a 22 for stealth.
Sorry.
And then, an 18 plus 3 for the perception, so 21.
17 investigation and 18 stealth.
17 perception. Investigation, 18 stealth. Incredible. Here's what happens. Agatha.
Yes.
In front of you, you perceive markings in the ground. And so you do not step forward. You instead move to the side to walk around it, and I'm assuming let Bing Bong know.
Yeah.
Let Bing Bong walk.
Bing Bong, with your perception, you hear footsteps that will walk and soon come to be in front of you, so that you would be able to see them. Obviously you're invisible, so they can't see you.
Awesome. Pointing, say, there's someone coming, get to the side.
Then I'll just press myself against, like, a wall or something, or
What you see is a person with a lantern that has a kind of hood over it to dampen the light, who is walking, kind of head down, shoulders hunched up a little bit. This is a medium-sized person, and you can see them very deliberately step over the things that you just walked by. And as you are standing there, you both rolled really good stealth, so you're absolutely fine. But as you're like there, like holding your breath as this person walks right by you, and then you see them weave through the trip traps that you guys just came through, and they move away.
I think Bing Bong just points and says, "Is that someone you recognize, or was it just?"
I assume I didn't get to see their face, or
You didn't get to see their face, no.
Dead hooded, right? Yeah.
I think Agatha immediately, like as soon as they're past our edges, wants to edge round, just on the off chance they've like left and the door is like slowly closing, to kind of
Cool.
like get in before it like locks behind them or something.
You are just 10 feet away from the house that you are trying to get to. And what I'll do is I will kind of address this to Bing Bong because it's dark.
Yeah.
But Agatha, you would pick up what you think you can see without detail, without needing light from this. You see the rounded part of the building. Essentially this I don't know how easy it is for people who are watching to kind of see that tiny little building, but it's like a series of round rooms connected by corridors.
Okay.
And there are some kind of like little walls and shrubbery around the outside of it. Bing Bong, what you can see now that you're approaching it is that you see a window on that first round room, and to roll perception just quickly for me for perceiving this building.
7.
Oh.
Okay,
Bing Bong.
it's you just see some plants and stuff, and
Nice.
but this I will say that you can hear the crackling and you can see light coming from a kind of enclosed outdoor part that's over a bit of a wall. And indeed, Agatha, with your passive perception, and because it is light, you see little embers just lifting up into the sky. So there is a lit fire in a kind of outdoor area of this house that has a wall around it. I don't know if I'm describing that properly. It seems really clear in my head. But
Again, point very quickly and say, what do we want? Do we want to keep invisible, or do we want to get there as fast as possible? Because I can make us fly.
Oh shit! Make us fly, and then so we can because I want to get to that as quick as possible.
Okay.
Could I jump the wall? Or...
the wall isn't overly high. You just don't know what's on the other side of it, other than fire.
Oh, then wait, Bing Bong, wait. And then I'm just gonna run and take a look over it while I'm invisible.
Yes. You kind of haul yourself up and look over, and you are indeed looking into a kind of small courtyard kind of area, and there is a sunken fire pit, quite large, maybe 7 feet by 10 feet, kind of oval shaped fire pit, and in the very center of it there is a fire burning that looks like it's probably been burning for quite a bit. The flames don't go very high, but the fire at the bottom is burning quite heartily.
Okay.
And there's stones around the edge. I mean, this is a very purposefully built outdoor fire pit.
Agatha's immediate thought is to grab she just got her new traveler's clothes, but take the cloak off of it and just put out this fire as quickly as possible.
That would okay. So okay. So
Just
okay.
put it over and it just goes.
Okay. So
I have nothing else. Everything else is fucking windy.
Couple of things. You're so far you can easily climb into that enclosure,
Okay.
into that like courtyarded area.
Oh, actually,
The fire is big though. The fire is much bigger than your cloak.
then I'm not going to do that. What could I cast Mage Hand and just like try and grab something out of the bottom? Like, my hope is if they're burning papers, then some like right in the middle may have not been burnt yet.
What I'm going to do for your reference, because I feel like my descriptive powers are low right now, is I'm just going to quickly send you an image that will help you a little bit.
Okay, thank you. So I'm stressing and trying to do something quickly.
It's all right. Just had some DM notes, so I'm just erasing those. And
Bing
then
Bong's still there, like, yeah, what about it? Not realizing you've gone.
Agatha!
Now, Agatha, what do you think? Agatha?
This is peak stress for both Agatha and Michelle out, which
Yeah.
is you're feeling around in the dark, and then all of a sudden you have to make an immediate action, and then you're feeling around in the dark.
Yeah.
A few more sneak lessons.
I mean, also she wasn't prepared for us because she's got shit like hold person, and she would have gone to learn stuff. But like, we've been at a zoo. Like,
the picture that I sent you, the big dot is Agatha, the little dot is Bing Bong. I hope that makes sense.
Okay.
I've basically
That's
like
huge.
I've made the house bigger, and I've put lines round to kind of indicate what's rooms, what's walls, and what's
Okay.
fire. And
Oh, damn. Right, okay.
It looks like a pig.
Then all right. Then
yes, it does. It looks like a penis. Yeah.
Then I'm just gonna make not jumping over or anything, but like a quick investigation or something. Just like, I'm hoping you'll allow a lot of the investigation Agatha's doing is that like gathering all of this information, putting it all together. So things like these are a lot of traps for just a petting zoo.
Yes.
This fire looks like this is just their incinerary. This is where they just burn a lot of stuff. The
Quite
stuff that
evident.
but like the stuff they're burning right now, can she make a quick judgment of like it's gonna be gone, whatever's in there, let's leave it, or like
Give me one more, not disadvantage because there's a big old fire, so it's not dim light in that courtyard. Give me investigation for what you can see over that fence, and I will tell you a whole bunch of stuff from using your passive perception, passive investigation as well.
22.
Incredible. That fire, using all of that knowledge, thinking about the place that you're in, and you're standing there like the meme with all the sums like going past, Bing Bong's being ever so patient and just experiencing that. And
Trying to catch them.
you get the feeling like this fire burns all the time.
Yeah.
And there is currently not something in there is not something in the pit being burnt other than logs and coals and items that can't really be kind of identified as things.
Okay.
And there is a gate to the kind of to the north side that is slightly ajar,
Okay.
if that makes sense at all. I'm sorry, because I've sent you the picture actually on the side. So that little tiny angled bit in, that's a gate that's slightly opened. Additionally to that, you can see in through the windows, because the lights are on in the building, and you can see through windows and through doors, and there is let me get to the right bit of my notes.
Are they a luminous pink this time? To be giving yourself a headache.
They are a deep sultry blue. There is a woman sitting inside the largest circle of this building.
Okay.
A woman, she has black hair in a high bun that looks kind of suspiciously like a hairpiece.
Yeah.
And
It's the woman from Chicken Run.
so 22 investigation, was it?
Yes.
At her feet is a 9-foot-long crocodile.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Cool.
Ich bin Schnappi, das kleine Krokodil.
I think
woman
you'll find it's
with
only 4 feet on a crocodile. But
the woman with black hair is speaking to someone. You just get a flash of somebody else walking in that room.
Can I send can I like bamf Mr. Fay nearer to like overhear what they're saying? Or
You're
like,
going to bamf into the courtyard, and then he's going to try and get near to a window to overhear.
yes, or could I just bamf him into the room?
I mean,
I
say,
think
just have a think about how big that room is. It's going to be difficult to
Yeah,
stealth a cat.
just on the crocodile.
Um,
then I won't. Okay, let me ask this. Can Agatha make a guess of, because she can obviously see through the window. Yeah, just get the cat near the window because I can read lips.
and you can do that through
Because it's using my one. If I'm walking through, then it's my perception. It's my eyes. I
Okay.
believe.
Mr. Fay is inside that courtyard, and you see the lights from the flames flickering on his fur. The flame's not on his fur; it's just the light.
And as
Can
this
you
is
see-
happening, I assume
Hot!
I assume Bing Bong is still doing the message thing, so we can keep talking.
Yeah, I think Bing Bong's found you now.
Then so Agatha's just going to be messaging back the thing she's getting, essentially.
Cool. Yeah, Bing Bong kind of comes over and sort of comes close to where you are, and it just sort of says something like, if we want to go and, I'm not really suggesting we go and fight 2 people and an alligator, but if we need to, just tell me when.
All right, yeah, I think I'm going to try and see if I can see what they're saying first with Mr. Fay, and then I think maybe if we're still invisible, we could just sneak in. But if we want to fight, then I'll send up the bees.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right. Okay.
Roll stealth, Mr. Fay, to get near to an open window without being seen. What are you eating, Nikki? That looks really good.
The cat.
They have +4 to stealth.
It's sesame seed and agave nectar.
The cats have. I thought they had keen hearing.
Keen smell.
Oh, keen smell.
Yeah.
How
But
does the crocodile smell though?
he knows what it smells like. 23 stealth for Mr. Fay.
Incredible. Now let's have some perception. Perception. Through the cat.
Not as good, but still 17.
17, and I am bearing in mind that you can read lips.
Yes, please.
I'm getting. Lam, lam, min, lam, lam.
You see she is sat on a chair, like wringing her hands, and kind of, you know, agitated as she's speaking. And the person that she's talking to is moving around in the room quite a lot, so you only sometimes see her. This person, though, is somebody that you recognize as the person who sold you the special enclosure tickets, that kind of slightly greasy long hair character. And she is actually like unfolding blankets and laying them out on sofas in the room, and then pouring ale into little cups and buttering some bread and reading the lips. This is what you get with that fairly good roll, is first from the woman. You have to think about this properly, Libby. We don't know what they know, but we have to assume that they know everything, right? We've got to protect ourselves accordingly, yeah? I don't care if I get in trouble with my taxes. I've got to say that it got eaten by Dilly, and that's all there is to it. You know, your brothers, like, if they done that, if they cleared out the enclosure, yeah, we got to get all that stuff sorted before sunrise. Like, I've no idea where Bevan has fucked off to, but you know, he has really fucking left us in it here. I mean, the likelihood is they were just thieving toys, yeah, and we don't need to worry. But if something went bad, you know, why? If Hunter finds out, we're all dead. And we don't know how to communicate with them, and we don't know how to. We don't know where they are. We don't know anything about them. And then you see the girl, Libby, turn away from the buttering the bread that she's sort of had her back to the cat. She turns around and says, "I'm not taking any chances. You always said that you thought that Hunter knew everything, and just for like leverage, and so we're going to stay here. It's not safe to go home, and you owe us that. Yeah, we're going to stay here until we know it's safe. I mean, I'm not getting carved up and fed to the pigs because we didn't all stick together. You're right. You've got a crocodile to protect you from intruders. We're going to stay here with you until we know it's safe." And the woman says back to her, "I think you know that Dilly wouldn't do the trick. After all these, you know, after what we've seen over all these years, I don't think Dilly would do the trick. I mean, is that fire even hot enough yet? We've got to get the temperature up to make sure that the bones don't go on low heat. You've got to get it really hot, and it's got to be going for a long, long time. You said they came and spoke to you about the mushrooms, yeah? You think their mushrooms have been getting chatty again? Well, I mean, we're going to have to stop that. I'll get the builders in and put iron cladding in or warding or something, because we can't have them. They are always chatting to people. And that is, after that, there is a kind of movement. Basically, Libby goes back to like organizing stuff, so you can't see what she's saying anymore. Okay. And Thingy is quiet.
So, sorry, can I just get this so I understand who's who? So, is Libby the girl that sold us tickets to the...
Yes, Libby is the younger girl, quite slight, probably only just out of her teen years. She was the kind of sullen person who sold you the tickets to the special enclosure, and who was then like, I don't know anything about the mushroom people. Can you hurry up and get out, because I want to sell the tickets to the next lot of people that want to go in. Yes. The woman with the black hair is the one with the crocodile who's trying to like work out what the next steps are. Yeah. She referenced somebody called Bevan who has gone.
Okay, yeah, I'm Agatha's assuming that's the guy that ran away, ran from the enclosure, and then
there's someone called Hunter as well, right?
Hunter. If Hunter finds out we're all dead, whatever that means, and something about I don't care about my taxes. We just have to say Dilly?
Billy.
The libertarians.
Dilly. Can I assume Dilly is the crocodile, the alligator?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a crocodile.
Yeah, it is a crocodile. Got eaten by
No, 'cause it
Dilly.
always.
Sorry, got eaten by Dilly, but just so I know I heard it right, but definitely didn't get eaten by Dilly.
Sorry, say that last bit again. What did?
They're saying, let's tell people Dilly ate them, or something.
Let me get to that section one more time for you.
I took that they're cooking the books a little bit and they're getting rid of files, which is why she said I don't care about the tax kind of situation.
Oh, I don't care. We're just
saying. We'll say that Billy ate the books, it'll take a slap on the wrist, and that's fine. That's not it.
Okay.
Me and Tom had the benefit of not being the sole recipient of that information, so we were able to.
Yeah.
Not the sole recipients.
Okay.
You fucking words.
Okay.
I've been drinking since 10 a.m. It is midnight nearly.
Interesting. So this feels like I'm not there.
Okay. Well, no. Bing Bong's telling Agatha's telling Bing Bong everything. So if you want to.
Lydia did a.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I was just saying. I was doing this for message.
Yeah.
Agatha might be messaging it.
Yeah.
Nice.
I like how we really lean into the somatic component.
We've got to get that fire out. They're burning bodies, but they're also like, I don't know. They're like prepping for people to come stay here. They see. I'm confused. I feel like they're people who are in trouble, but at the same time, they're trying to get rid of bodies, and we can either go. I don't think we go in there and fight them. Annoyingly, I think what we should do is actually get in that pig pen and get the rest of that person out, because they're about to destroy that evidence.
Bing Bong.
Yes.
With your passive perception.
Yeah.
You can hear as something draws near. Not near. By your ears, something is coming round the far side of the pig pen towards this building.
Okay, right. So it sounds like something on particularly squeaky wheels are coming over from that direction. So I don't know whether maybe it could be them bringing stuff to burn the evidence of, or we might not need to go into the pig pen. Is all I'm saying. Shall we just check? Shall we just check what that is? Okay. And just remember what the Grand Master said. Grandmaster, the head mistress said. Try not to do any crime. Okay. Just to remind you.
Okay.
Currently mid-crime.
Yeah. Just do a little.
I thought you were going to attempt the school motto. I was quite excited for a second.
Absolutely fucking not. And so sorry. You're kind of saying that the wheelbarrow is coming from like the opposite direction to where we are standing, so we'd have to go like back round.
You roll a perception. If you roll for perception, I could give you more.
That might fucking help, hey. That was a 14 plus 3, so 17.
Okay. By your ear, it would be very clear to you that there is a door that goes from the far side of the huts on the pig pen, and something is coming out of that door along the wall and then towards the very courtyard that Mr. Bay is currently sitting in.
Right. So it's coming into the courtyard, which kind of probably means that we don't have that much time. All right. So shall we?
Mr. Fay turns to see a wheelbarrow pushing through the gate, and one of those greasy boys from the booth comes in, and there is like a pile of debris in the wheelbarrow, and they just start like hoofing it into
They do. When you say pile of debris, like rubbish, or like looks like it's from the pig pen?
Get your fucking peepers on it.
Jeepers, creepers, get your fucking peepers.
15.
15. There's a lot of like brown material there, but you can see that there are shapes and parts of that debris is like white.
Okay, then I'm right. Agatha's gonna. She's not fucking stealthy. She's trying to be, but she's gonna do it the Firefield way. Plan is.
You want to meet?
Misty step, and to almost like land on top of him and push him out the way, and just immediately knock him over, get a hand over his mouth, and be like, "Don't fucking say anything, or I will gut you."
Okay. You get this action, Misty Step.
Well, a bonus action is Misty
Bonus
Step.
action, Misty Step. Action to try and
Grapple?
grapple them onto the ground. Well, you can grapple them. I feel like it's a shove to put them on the ground. But you can grapple them and put your hand over. And I'll say this.
That's just above and fell.
If you roll over 20 for your grapple check, I'll allow you to have them pinned and prone.
Okay.
Easy. I can't see her to give her bardic inspiration. Do you have to see her? See people?
No, I just have to hear it.
Works with message.
I mean, listen, are you an invisible person doing this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think.
When you come out of Misty Step, you start being visible.
Yeah, because as soon as I'm like attacking him, grapple is technically attacking him, right? I'm gonna come out, so I'm just gonna.
I think Bing Bong just goes to shout, and then it's like, ah.
Is that an inspiration or a distraction or?
Bardic inspiration.
Okay, thank you.
Perfect. Absolutely
a
perfect.
D8, right? Okay. Right.
Yes. Sorry. Yeah. D8.
I've got a +5, so. Let me tell you the total. 27.
Oh.
Incredible. The young gentleman in his like opposed grapple check rolled a 2, and he has no pluses to anything. So this skinny, greasy little boy with long hair, you get a whiff of his body odor as you absolutely slam him to the ground and have your hand completely over his greasy mouth, and he just looks at you like wide-eyed.
Shh. Don't say anything. I'm gonna take this wheelbarrow. You've done your job. Okay, shh. I'm not gonna hurt you, okay? Are you on the run from some guy named Hunter? I just like gently lift off my hand. I'm trying to help.
You're not Hunter.
No. Who's Hunter? No,
Who are you?
I'm just someone that wants to help. Okay. Hey, I'll keep you safe. Look, I'm pretty. You're safe, okay?
Roll persuasion.
God, I was going for intimidation, but
Oh, you can roll intimidation. That's fine. Except
when I first
is
said
good for making him shut up, but
Yeah.
I kind of like hand waved that because you just did a really cool thing.
yeah.
I think you need to persuade him to start talking. No, you could intimidate. It's interrogation. I'd allow.
I'll tell you this: it's a 13 if it's persuasion, or it's a 16 if it's intimidation.
I'll allow it.
I want to be intimidating more like not intimidating like a parent or an older sibling would tell you off, or like a parent. You know what I mean? Like an authoritative figure. Yeah.
What have you done?
Yeah. Like that kind of intimidating.
I'm just going back to where oh yes. Linus will be round in a minute.
Okay.
He's also got a wheelbarrow.
Okay. Here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna take this wheelbarrow, okay? And you're gonna meet Linus, and you're gonna go, "Don't worry, Linus, I've got it." And we're gonna take this wheelbarrow to the front of the gate. All right?
No, please.
Okay. Then I'll go kill Linus and take the wheelbarrow. Yeah, exactly. We don't want that, right? Oh, sorry, I can't do that. I'm absolutely not going to do that.
How's it going?
Terribly. I'm not good at interrogating. Okay.
Do you want some help?
What?
Do you want some help?
Maybe. Stay invisible though.
Okay.
Sorry, what's your name?
Lars.
Lars. All right, Lars. Okay.
Bing Bong sort of climbs over the fence and sort of comes to stand. Invisible.
Look, I'm not alone. There are so many of me around here right now. Okay, it's fine. Okay, you said Lars is going to bring a wheelbarrow. I just need you to tell me real quickly, as quick as possible, what is happening here.
It's destroying the evidence.
Destroying the evidence of a murder?
Of the dead people.
Who are the dead people?
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay. You don't know. You've just been told to destroy the evidence of these dead people.
The pigs couldn't eat this. They struggle with the bones. They got to be so hungry to eat the bones.
Right. Okay, and you're bringing the bones to this story, right?
Bevan wasn't clearing out the pits as much as he should have been.
Okay. All right. New plan. Okay. My friend here, there's a lot of them around here, is just gonna scoop up some of what's in your wheelbarrow, and then you can carry on about your day, yeah?
Please don't.
Please don't, what, take some of the bones?
Please just let it drop. We'll all die. We'll all be killed.
Why?
Hello, lovely. I'm one of the friends. Don't worry. Sounds like you're having a bit of a bad day. I'm sorry to hear that. I was just wondering, if we could help in any way, you not dying, could we do that? Who's gonna kill you?
Roll persuasion.
Uh, 17 plus 8 is 25. 25?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know much about it. It's not for me to do these things. I just take the money, but Vivian's got a deal with someone. Sometimes bodies get brought, but I'm not to do with that either. That's Bevan, who deals with the pig enclosure.
Bless you, I know you're not. It's terrible, isn't it? Look, do you know where we can find Bevan?
We don't know. He ran off today.
Right, okay. And who else would know anything about it? Would the lady up there know anything about it?
She runs the place. She'd know everything. My sister Libby sometimes talks to her.
Right. Well, I tell you what, I do think that you should probably just go and get to bed. Really, it's not.
I don't want to go home. The hunter will come and slit me open.
The hunter, not Hunter.
The hunter will slit me open and I'll have to be fed to the pigs.
Can I insight check
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
Like, I think he's telling the truth, but it's more like this feels like a horror story someone's just made up to cover their backs and keep people scared. Oh, well done, Ags. Oh, 6. I was like, oh, I've got a +3. It's still a 3 on the dice.
I mean, the only thing that would really speak to, you know, that some people are really good at acting,
Yes.
but Lars has pissed himself,
Yeah.
and you got a knee in his crotch and it's damp.
Yeah. Yeah.
These are the sacrifices we make for stage.
That's method acting, I think
Yeah.
you'll find. Pissing yourself with
So when you
craft.
go up there, and there's the pissing scene, what's the plan? Well, we thought you could just piss yourself.
Stab
Authenticity.
of it, darling. I think I kind of point and go, right, okay, Agatha, what's the plan? What do we think?
Okay. We gotta go. Just grab some of whatever's in that wheelbarrow. We gotta go.
Right.
Lars, I'm very sorry. If there's anything I can do, is there anything I can do to help you at all?
Lars looks up and just as the wheelbarrow is coming in and you see the identical twin looking down at this scene, and there's like a look between the two boys, and Linus looks to you guys, and there's like a frozen moment, and then Lars looks back into your eyes and says, take some bones, leave us some, and we'll never say that you were even here.
Perfect. All right. Great. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We're just gonna take.
I promise we didn't kill anyone.
I believe you. I believe. Look, just trust me. Look at me. I'm gonna do what I can to get you out. Okay. Like whatever this mess is, I just want to help. You know, I just want to make sure the bad people stop doing bad things. Yeah.
Thank you,
It's all right.
mysterious stranger.
So if we take one of the wheelbarrows with us, you still have some.
Don't take the wheelbarrow.
Okay.
Everyone else will know that something's gone. Just take a few bones off the top.
Yeah. Can I just like scoop some into like my bag?
Yeah.
I just like.
They essentially have fished out all the uneaten bones out of that whole pig pen and put them in the wheelbarrows. So they're muddy, but they're all bones.
It is all bones. Then I'm just gonna take.
So the bones.
So the
Can
rest.
can I try and rootle around to try and find a skull?
Roll investigation, please.
Nice, bing bong.
That was a 14 plus 1, so 15.
Does she not get advantage because she does drama and she knows what skull is like?
Yeah.
Come on, Yorick.
You don't get a skull, a full skull, but you get a rounded piece of like top of head. Yeah.
Okay.
It's yeah. These look well worn down, well chewed, really old, and nothing that delicate would survive in that way.
If those pigs are eating bones, their milk's gonna be really good.
so full of calcium and all sorts of other things.
That's how we get into it.
So you have a couple of bones each.
I think. I think Bing Bong kind of goes, "Oh, odds," and opens.
Oh gods!
And opens her handy haversack and just piles literally as much of the bones into the handy haversack as we can.
That's
which I think should be a few more than one or two, but not by much.
Cool. And they kind of make space so that you can walk out through the gate. You know, he gets up from the seated position, if you'll allow him to, and gets hold of the thing, and they go back about their work, like looking nervously at you and like kind of going, go, go, go.
I think before they put anything else in, I just sort of say to Agatha, I mean, the bones are well and good. They're evidence of something happening. I wonder if they're enough for us to actually do anything about it.
I think this is great information. We know what they're doing here now. I think we get out of here, and we reevaluate this, because this goes deeper.
The only thing is, I suppose, as Bing Bong recasts invisibility on both of them, the only thing, I suppose, is if we can find like actual documentation or something like that before it goes into the fire. I just worry that without like a written kind of something, we might not be able to prove anything really, other than there are bones.
But I get what you're saying, but this is just part of it, right? I don't think we're going to get proof necessarily, and I don't know, like, we got by with those two. I don't think the women in the room are going to be like as like friendly, and you know, I don't know, I feel like we get out while we've got something, you know, we've got proof that we've got a witness that says that there's what we need to find is this Bevan. Like, that's
Bevan is what I've been doing.
Right, okay.
Right?
Well,
I don't know, you're my mentor, you tell me.
No, I mean, look, at the end of the day, this is Tom, not Bing Bong speaking, right? So,
right, okay.
So.
What do you think, Tom?
As Tom Jones. Yes.
Can I put my tuppence in for what Bing Bong would probably do?
Please.
Bing Bong would want to have as much sturdy evidence as possible, and so may well say that Agatha can take the bone, like she might hand the haversack over and say, let me just double check something, because I just want to see if Bing Bong's got like
Bing Bong best killed,
step
right?
or anything like that.
I mean,
Bing Bong doesn't have Misty Step or anything sort of clocked, but she does
Agatha
have.
does. If like I'm happy to just bamf in, grab some papers and bamf out.
So.
I've been out of the papers, go out.
So what? Okay, so
The bones.
So the bones. I do just think we don't actually have any concrete evidence of names, of agreements of payment or anything like that.
Okay.
They could, at this point, just blame it entirely on this Bevan, because Bevan's just disappeared. I think that's kind of like a separate point of investigation for us, or for you. Sorry, I'm just getting in your business.
No, you can join us. It's fine. You're doing great.
But it's something that's separate from the rest of it. Right now, the woman upstairs, whoever she is, evidently knows something about all of this. And if that's where she kind of works, then we might be able to find something in there. Now, I do have. This is entirely up to you because, as you've said, you are the one with Misty Step. I don't. But sorry, I'm just looking at. But I can create a distraction which might potentially get them out of the room for a second if you wanted to pop up. Our cover would be kind of blown at that point, though. That's the only issue I have.
Can I add something that might help here?
Yeah.
Just
So
what I'm
basically-
going to do is just give you some information, and you can ruminate on it because I'll put a pin in it and go
that's
to
fine.
somebody else. But
I wonder who.
of the-
Somebody.
of the dick pic,
Yeah.
here's the fire where you've been. This the biggest of the balls of the circles was where you saw that conversation happening. These rooms, you could look in through this window earlier on and see that there was not very much in that. There was like boxes and stuff like that. These rooms, you can look in through those windows, and you haven't really perceived what's in those rooms yet. The room that they were sitting in was very much like a lounge sitting room with like a kitchenette. So that was like a living area. So you wouldn't bamf into there to get papers and stuff anyway, which is great because that's where the people are. So you're yet to perceive what's through the windows of the other rooms.
Okay, so right.
I say all of that. And explain that I have Bard's accompaniment as some way of like distracting if need be, and thunderclap.
Cool.
Essentially is what I'm saying.
Wonderful. We'll pop a pin in that, and you guys can work out what your next moves are.
Thanks you.
Let's the people who are let's actually. No, because Tom's texting. No,
I can.
Before you can text, let's go to the people who are keeping watch. Let's have some roles for those people. So Sunny, Kai, Hiraeth.
I got a 19 on the dice.
Guys, I'm gonna just real quick. I think everyone should take their dice from the mountain. It should be it's 24 Sunny.
For perception.
Yes.
You, from where your kind of vantage point is, you're looking in through the gates, which has had the chain taken off it, and you see somebody walking up the path along the side where the pig pen is. It's the person that essentially Agatha and Bing Bong saw earlier on. We've gone back in time a little bit. They are walking towards the gates, which are shut but don't have the chain and the padlock on them. And they may well perceive the gates looking different.
What if they didn't though?
I mean, that's a chance you can take. You can see if they don't see that and just keep walking on forward.
I can do something different unless Kai can do something to make the gates appear.
No.
Okay. I'm sorry, Rochelle. It's just, Lydia.
I mean,
how far
like
away are you?
Thunderstep, Lightning Bolt, they don't have hallucinatory terrain, they don't have illusion magic, it's not their bag. But they've got Fabricate.
It takes like an hour.
Yeah, it's not going to work.
It's also not an illusion. It's just fully a thing. How far away from me is he? Are they?
They are about 40 feet away, and the gate is 10 feet away.
Are they coming towards us?
Yes. They're going to do that kind of, that's going to be their route, is like fully checking the gate as well as while they go around.
Oh. I'm going to wait until they get 27 feet away from me.
Okay.
Or 27 feet away from the gate. I'm going to push myself up against the wall. And I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy the other side of them.
Right.
It's got 30 range. So
Right.
That threshold, so the sound comes from behind them.
Okay. And what noise are you making?
It's very, very faint. Come here.
What kind of voice?
So do you reckon said you can do accents? I don't think you can, which is why I'm going so faint. Because
yeah.
So it's just like, come here, come here,
come here, come here,
come here. Yeah, so it's really faint.
All right. I think what I'd like to go with that, because thaumaturgy just sort of happens, doesn't it? Is I'd like a performance check. I think I'm going to give you advantage though, because you've been really specific the way that you're going to do it, and that it's going to be quiet. So you've got advantage, and you've got fucking god dice. So who cares?
Definitely need the advantage. It's performance. I might have to use that inspiration. Performance. I've got +0, so far we're at 10.
10. Cool.
Wait. 15, including inspiration.
15, including inspiration. Very good.
You
see the hooded figure with the lantern is just sort of turning slightly towards the thing, and then
Hey, what was that noise?
Who's there? And goes like lumbering off and using the lantern in another direction.
Just very quickly, was the lock broken?
Was it?
Huh?
The lock was picked, so just opened, not broken.
I can't see what's happening, so I say, what's happening?
There was a bloke come in. Did you not see the lantern, the light?
I was looking the other way. I'm sorry.
Hiraeth was checking for custards coming down the street.
I was checking for custards coming down the street.
Yeah, there was a bloke in there who was heading this way. I think he's like doing a route a lab. But I was worried he was going to feel the gate open, so that's why I like threw my voice.
Is it worth us just shutting the gate, locking it, and
it is, but like
further away?
It is, but like we need to wrap some like fabric around the chain or something, because it's going to make such a fucking jingle.
He takes his cloak off and starts wrapping the chain around it and lifting it very carefully.
So if we just leave a little bit more of a distance, so that he's just whilst he's here, and then we come back, you know.
Oh, he's heading the other way now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, perfect.
I'm going to pass Hiraeth the lock, and I'm going to go and basically press myself against the door, the wall.
Yeah.
Just so that my various senses and stuff extend as far into the zoo as they can, and so
okay.
I can find the corner and stuff.
Okay, cool. So, detect magic would be down by now.
Oh yeah.
Gone.
Yeah.
No,
it won't, because I'm going to ritual cast it back up.
Okay. You've already dispelled that one thing. The other thing you dispelled as well.
God, I love being a ritual caster.
There's nothing else that you can see right now. Can I have, please, a group stealth check from the lookout people?
Heck yeah. And I think what I'll do is I'll whilst the chain is kind of like wrapped. Whilst it's wrapped, we put it back round. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna now that I have the lock, I'm gonna sort of, is it one of the kind of
yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna sort of pop it pop it on the chain, like so that the chain is kind of like wrapped, and just keep the sort of lock bit. I'm not going to lock it fully, but I'm just going to sort of twist it around so it looks like it's in the right position.
Yes, but not push it in. Yes,
but not actively push it in.
Okay, cool.
You have to be so close.
So stealth 17.
I got a 17 plus 2, so 19.
Cool. Your group stealth is okay. Can I also have perception from Hiraeth? You know, Sunny is now looking in, so I need people who are looking out.
I think, given that lots of stuff, or two things, Sunny's caught two things happening from inside the gate, he's diverted his attention. Does anyone we're with have hazes will have dark vision?
Yeah.
I roll at disadvantage because it's night. I got a 3 and a nat 1, so nat 1.
Okay.
But plus 5.
You've done that little bit with like the lock, and then you go back to kind of walking the perimeter, and there's just a moment when Hayes like turns and like passionately kisses you, and then you kind of pull back and it's like, oh, that, you know, she goes, no, there was somebody coming. So it was just to look inconspicuous because I didn't see them until the last minute, and you know, so but
right, okay, well, I mean, thank you.
I tell you what, like, let's not. It's very polite to thank. It's fine. Let's keep walking.
Right. Okay. Brilliant. Perfect. Well, this.
Wait. I'm just. The music's got very frantic.
Yeah, quite.
Okay. Great lookout, people. Excellent work. Let's go to Nevma and Pluto. Nevma was behind Pluto, who was looking through walls and could see a gem
Pluto was
on a plinth.
Pluto.
Do you call him Ludo?
I call him Pluto and Luto. Pluto was telepathically giving Nevma all of the information that he saw, and then he's going to drop the ghostly gaze, look back into like the veterinary area. There's no people there, is there?
No.
Cool. He's going to misty step into the room.
Yeah. He's in. It's dark. Let's see.
And then use his bonus action to turn invisible and depart.
Never can't, but
Shouldn't need to.
Climbs in.
Open the window from the inside. There's no point. There's no point two people using spells when only one person.
Mm-hmm. She's going around like picking up things, like investigating inside the room. I'm
going to specifically ask her, knowing who she is and what she knows, to look for any material or remnants or tools that look like they're actually not made of animals, or not for animals, or like residue that like maybe there's blood somewhere that isn't animal blood, it's like humanoid blood. Because given her like diet, I assume she knows a bit more about like fluids.
She slowly creeps around the room, picking up instruments, investigating them, putting them back down, like crouching down, looking under tables, even like
the scalpel to exactly the way it was.
Even like you can kind of sense that she's like smelling the air and kind of getting an idea of what's been in here. And through the telepathic link, she says, I don't think so. I think this is just animals. There's actually like, it's quite, I mean, it's grubby, but there's not a lot of blood here. I think it doesn't, I think if they were hacking up bodies in here, there'd be more blood, or it would be cleaner because they'd cleaned up the blood.
Or they'd have more resources to clean up blood, and you know that. I think the next step is moving to the room with the light. I think
Could you
Yeah.
tell what that gem was?
Can I make an Arcana check of some description?
Yeah.
I don't think I have any other way of discerning that. It isn't. Cut to Sunny there going, and he's like probably seen something like well magical, and he's like, Joe, tell you what, we need to get Sunny. He's like the best magic person I know. He would know exactly what to do. Yeah. Nothing that will help here.
Never.
Dirty 20, Arcana.
Never. Well, hang on. Never's Arcana is all right. Pluto's is all right. I mean, it's not.
Dirty 20.
Yeah, Dirty 20.
He's got expertise. Like he's got +4.
Here's what you discern from that Arcana check. You don't know. How do I phrase this? This object is pulsing out a kind of energy in it's not exactly like a radius. You sense that there is quite a few strands of magic, though initially it looks like just light. When you look more closely, pardon me?
Is it like one of those plasma balls?
A little bit.
A faint glow, but then when there's a conduit that makes contact within the space.
Yeah, it's almost like a hint of it goes out. So you wouldn't be able to properly follow those tendrils of energy, but it indicates that there are several things that this stone is kind of working on behalf of. And but I think with Arcana you don't get what school of magic it is, but you do get that it's quite powerful. Like it looks, I mean, obviously it's a glowing gem and a petting zoo, so it's surprising anyway, but this thing looks extremely powerful, and this whole room looks different from the other rooms, and is, you know, I think I'm sort of going to embellish a little bit here and say that because you can look through the walls, you can see that this room is just extremely different from the one that you're standing in the sense of like you know that the door is very well locked. It's a very elaborate lock, and the room on the inside is very untouched, very, very clean. There's nothing else in there. It's just the plinth and the gem. It feels extremely different. That's what you get. I mean, do we take the gem or just know that they have a fucking gem here?
I think we do something else. Right. Is this Nikki or is this Pluto?
The gem is an owl bear egg.
Whatever the gem is doing, we don't really want them to. I'm tempted to fuck up the door so they can't get in there without having to like break the door down or something to restrict their access to the gem.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's Pluto's vibe.
I want that gem really badly. I think it's really pretty and I like it, but I would bet everything that I have that the moment we touch it and move it, it's going to like switch off and cause quite a lot of chaos, and everyone will know that we're here.
Can't tell what technology is. Okay, can I just take a moment to draw out the gem and the plinth it's on. The plinth
Yes.
in as much detail as I can.
Yes.
And
And
in as much detail as you can. But
yes. And I'll say this: you're gonna roll you're gonna roll sleight of hand, and you're going to roll an additional arcana to get as much information and detail as possible. And you can roll both of those at advantage. Oh no, you can't, because she can't fucking see it.
can't see what?
Nevma can't see in the room.
Okay.
She can pick the lock on the door and open it and give you advantage. No.
I've got a 16, 17 on the first check, and a natural 20 on the second check.
Okay. So the 16 is the sleight of hand for how good the picture is, and the second one is the arcana to get as much information that you can glean from it as possible. Brilliant. You now have that.
Is there anyone else in this building?
Not that you have perceived so far. No.
This is quickly becoming a building of no more note than what's in that room with the orb, so I think maybe that's time to go. Yeah.
Okay.
All
right.
Unless we go into that room, but I think even going into that room is going to trigger some sort of alarm. Look at how well booby trapped everything else is. It's clearly very magical. The alarm is probably more than just a lockpick. So I think.
Yeah, I think that we've done what we came here to do, which is discover a whole load more questions that we didn't know that we were asking. So let's fucking go, yeah?
Restraint and precision, yes.
So let's pop a pin in that. We'll do the final rolls for you guys getting out without being detected. But let's roll back round to Agatha and Bing Bong on the final leg of their adventure.
So can we look in that window? Can we see?
Absolutely.
Okay.
There are lights on inside. You are invisible. So please roll a regular. It needs to be perception. So whoever is better at that, or if
yeah, Bing Bong. I'll let Bing Bong look in.
Cool. That was a 14 plus 3 is 17.
Okay.
Shocking.
So you have the big round room that they are in, slightly smaller round room, and then an even smaller round room.
Okay.
The middle-sized round room is a kind of. I just erased all my DM notes so I could send it to you. I don't remember. Has a bed in it.
Okay.
And cupboards and stuff, and then the small room has a table and chests and bookshelves and boxes.
Cool. I say all that and say, I mean, that sounds kind of like an office, doesn't it?
Yeah. All right. I'll misty step in. I'll be as quiet as I can and just try and get what I can.
Brilliant. Be safe. You're doing a fantastic job. All right. And that's another bardic inspiration.
Thank you.
Oh wait, did you use? Yeah,
I did. I used it to
sit on that.
terrify a teen boy. Then.
And I think I'm just going to kind of back towards the.
Bing Bong, can you keep an eye on them too? So
yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of back towards sort of the back wall so that I can see into the room where they are, essentially. I'm just keeping a watch just in case.
Those two teenage boys who kind of hoofed the stuff in, they wheeled the barrows back out and have gone back towards the enclosure. They have no idea where you are because right in front of their eyes you turned invisible, so they're just freaked out and going about the business that they were told to. You're now watching the dark-haired woman and the lank-haired woman, younger woman, in the lounge area. Cool.
And I'm literally just giving Agatha like a drive-by of kind of what they're doing the entire time. What they're doing, just they're still sitting, they're still talking. All right, so just keep on at it. It's great.
Cool.
I went
Agatha.
Yes.
You misty step into the room.
Yeah.
I'm going to need for you to roll me the investigation check of your life to see how much stuff you can gather up into your arms to misty step out. This one's important.
Yeah, I'm just seeing if there's literally anything I can do to help me in any way.
You got that bardic.
I got bardic. Can Mr. Fay help?
I mean, here's the thing, Mr. Fay, if you kind of command it of him, Mr. Fay will just bring you items.
Okay.
But Fay won't be able to really tell you what, so could just be bringing you staplers, you know.
Well, what is it, boy? What does it mean? Okay.
I'm tinkering. Don't trust them.
I'm absolutely bursting for a wee, and I should have done it like 5 minutes ago. I apologize. Basically, I'm waiting for. This is my held action whilst I pee. Whilst I've been holding an action. If anything happens, I'm gonna let go of invisibility and make a sort of the bard's accompaniment in like the opposite direction, essentially. Bard's
accompaniment sounds like a stage name for cocaine.
As soon as,
okay.
But I shouldn't be too long.
Run and relieve yourself. Let's have this investigation.
I got a natural 20. Oh,
Okay.
Fuck. That's a 32 total. Yeah,
Oh my
because I
God.
rolled my bardic inspiration anyway. I was like, I'm gonna need it no matter
That's so good. You immediately like scoop up everything that is just out on the table, and then you start opening chests and like pulling stuff out and just like piling it high. You find like this is what I'll say with that kind of a roll is you start going to the bookcases, and it's not like you're pulling all the books off, but because you're like lifting some up and like really quickly like going through in case there's something, you realize a couple of the books are actually wooden and hollowed out. They're like fake books with like stuff inside, and so you can either like just empty those out and put them back on, or just take the whole thing, whatever you think best.
I think she'll empty them out and but kind of try.
You've got like a backpack, haven't you? So you're like
Yeah.
just filling up your backpack.
But she'll try and note like these are the ones that were like hidden in those
Yes.
things.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. You're not looking at the stuff. I'm gonna, for the sake of time,
No, she'll look
because
at it later. Yeah.
you do get like a message from Bing Bong going, "Oh my God, she's standing up. I think she's gonna come and move the thing. I'm not gonna do that, but I'm not gonna blow our cover right away. If you can get out, if you think you can get out, then you've got to get out soon, because otherwise I'm gonna start a band."
I'm coming. And I think she just kind of grabs some quick last minute things and turns to get a good look at the woman, but like as she's coming her way so she can remember what she looks like, and then I will have to upcast Misty Step at 3rd level to get out.
You are out now. It is a matter of both teams leaving without being seen and without setting off any more traps. So let's have stealth with advantage because you're invisible, and a perception to make sure that you are avoiding the traps. Let's do Bing Bong. I'll do Bing Bong.
Okay.
Because Tom's
I've got a natural 20 for Pluto stealth because of course.
Agatha's 16 stealth.
16 perception.
And a 2 perception for Agatha.
Tom, while you're weeing, 2 natural 20s happened.
Incredible.
Rochelle's was the big one.
Yeah, got a natural 20 on the investigation. Plus a 2 from your bardic.
I love it.
Okay, Bing Bong. I had to just quickly roll for Bing Bong because
No,
you're
that's
away,
fine.
because you're now like running for the exit. Not quite as stealthy as she'd like to be. You can just hear the slap of her feet as she runs through like little muddier areas.
Yep.
But you managed to do it. So Pluto rolled a natural 20 for stealthing out. Is that right, Nikki? Nikki, what did you roll? What did you roll for?
To stealth out.
Yeah, Pluto's stealthing out, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Just double checking. Nevma rolled really well for stealthing out.
Terrible the entire time.
Yeah.
It's worse this episode.
Okay. So, you are now all invisible people. You don't quite realize that you're syncing up, but Agatha and Bing Bong, you see the gate just open as the other 2 invisible people like slip through. Yeah. And you go through as well, out into the street. You are free of the zoo.
Shit.
Pluto probably gave the drawing to Nebma.
What do you do now you are out?
Head back to the school? Or do you mean like, do we reconnect with these guys? Because
Nevma is trying to put you just see the chain lift. She's attempting to kind of get the thing like back together.
It'd just be a click up. Oh, because they had to open the gate.
Yeah, they had to open it, so it's another thing of like lifting it. It's kind of laborious. It takes a little bit of time. So now the whole gang is back together. So we've got.
What happened? What did you find? Did you find anything?
What was it? You're okay. No one got hurt.
No. They're being paid to get rid of bodies. I grabbed some stuff. I've grabbed some evidence. We've got bones. And yeah. I went to the office and I got stuff. We need to look at it, but like not here.
They're up to some shady shit because they've got some kind of magical gem shit that's like glowing. Like Pluto did this picture and she like holds it up, but we got to investigate all this fucking stuff. But we got to get back in the school and be safe in the school, because I feel like it's some heavy shit they're doing here.
Yeah, they are.
Who's paying them to get rid of bodies?
I don't know. That guy that ran away earlier. I think he's called Bevan, and I think he's made a deal with someone, maybe the hunter. I bullied a teen boy.
It's honestly, it's starting to become a thing. Do we need to have a conversation? We need to have a conversation about this.
Okay. It's been a long day, yeah?
Is it like one of those things where like you had to grow up really quickly because you were working for your parents? You sort of resent those that have a traditional childhood.
I don't think he's got a traditional.
That's traditional.
All right, that's rough. Come on now, let's get back to the school as quickly as possible, because if Custis see us now, this is really really late, and we're going to struggle to find a reason. I suggest if Custis come, we act like drunk people that have been in a pub in a lock-in. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. Great. Yeah.
And you all start like walking through the streets.
After Kai says that, Sunny's going to message Hiraeth and be like, "Oh look, Kai's showing up."
I think Hiraeth just snorts, just sort of goes, and just carries on.
And you make your way. It is, this is quite literally one side of the city to another, so it's going to take maybe 40 minutes to get to even just sort of the entrance to school. So it is extremely late now. I know you guys spoke last time about just ignoring the bells and sleeping through group. So that is, I think, where we will pick up next week. Is you have collected all the stuff and you are bedding down for a long rest, and you can start to unpick everything that you found next time.
Okay.
Incredible.
Amazing.
Well done, guys. That was quite a lot of like finicky traps and things, but with a clutch move, you've got pretty much so much information basically, and you never had to fight. You never had to, there's a strong chance that, you've kind of, there's a couple of nets in a hole which might perplex people, but some people might not know you've ever been there.
Fingers crossed.
Cool. We'll pick up there next week. Thanks, guys. Thanks for sticking with us. Thanks for watching. We will... totally forgot. As you bed down for the night... Sunny, you are in your sleeping shorts and t-shirt, and you are brushing your teeth in the communal bathroom, thinking about, your evening of detecting and diffusing magic as your other friends go off and have this mission. You're combing through everything in your mind.
I think what was going through his head was, I wonder what that magic thing that he dispelled was. I think
Yes.
it's just, I have no idea what it was. I had no idea what it could have been.
Oh, lots of marbles rolling around in your head, and then there is suddenly bright light in that little bathroom, and Kimber is right behind you, and she goes, "Oh, Sunny, 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 Sunny,
Oh, fuck, what's up?
my champion, I need your help. I know that this is a really, really big ask, but because you have all of your studies and so on and so on, but I wouldn't ask if it wasn't, if it didn't mean a lot to me. Can you come and help me with something? Do you have enough money for transport to Epholomos right away?"
Yes, I've got money I can go to a follow-us right now.
Right. It's Rose. She's in danger, and she's nearly given up all hope. And she cried out for me, and I couldn't do anything. And then I just thought how powerful you've become. And she's really special. She needs us.
We're going right now. We're absolutely going right now.
All right. You have to go to the transportation room. I'm going to go and sit with her for a little bit, and she's gone. So you, with toothbrush still in hand.
I'm going to grab some stuff and then just hastily on a note, just going to write out on Kim business, back soon. And then it's just a little picture of a sun, like a circle.
Cute.
Nice. Cool. More on that another time.
While he's running down the corridor.
Little backpack, little stuff to your shield and armor, and
Oh shit, I've still got my sleeping flip-flops on.
all right, cool, guys. Join us next week for all sorts of interesting things, and have a look on Monday on our YouTube for the video of us doing We Meet in a Tavern, You Die in a Dungeon. I'm quite sure that I'm slightly paraphrasing it, which really irritates me. You meet in a tavern, we die in a dungeon.
That's not it.
But we're gonna probably be around in Discord. Check out Discord if you let's quickly go while we're in weird spot. Night, everybody.
Bye.